This is
Yes.
pretty
I bet
metal.
that
Like,
boat that was hollering slightly downstream was just like, what the fuck is happening
want-
over there?
I want to
Then
know
you
what
see a
World
Leviathan like crest the like waves, destroy a boat. They're like, holy shit, did you see that? And then starts levitating above the water.
wow.
I mean,
Like,
I wonder what's going through Ace's head, because this is like one of the town's boats, probably one of the few boats.
This is the nicest town boat.
Yeah, this
This
is
is-
like the parade boat.
Yeah, this is your like. Let's go take the limo out on the water and have a chill fishing day. And now it's dead.
The,
Yeah.
captain, the captain's yacht.
Gotta be real here. Asa is thinking about how to get everyone back to shore alive. That is Asa's primary goal at this point.
Oh,
I'll take care of the fallout.
Because you'd be like
No, you
missing
won't.
a
And Asa
merchant,
knows
a
that,
baker.
but also knows that you will try really hard. You've pulled through many times before.
Nor's
The
not
enigma-
trying, Nor's just reacting.
No, VPN.
NordVPN. Nor.
Your.
your
That's such a
VPN.
cute way to say it.
Nor.
Yeah. Use
Nor.
your coupon code NOR.
Okay,
She bites
we're back.
really fucking hard.
Windows decided that it needed to update right then. Thanks for anybody who's still back. Where we left off, Balthazar was proposing a pretty wild maneuver of, while holding on to the rope that's connected to Asa and to the fish, you were wanting to run up to the front prow of the ship. I think that's the prow. I'm pretty tired right now. Wrap your rope around it and kind of like slingshot around, and then cast Dissonant Whisper on the big fish while doing all of that. Right?
That's what I'm hoping to do, but like Paul said, I might need to manage my expectations, but I'm definitely going to lead in with that.
Yeah. I will say, the movement isn't the problem. It's the fact that you're also tugging a bunch of things. Just so you get a concept of the physics right now, you're like taut with Asa. You're going to be trying to run as she's crashing into the water, pulling her towards the boat. You can try to do that. That will be athletics. Depending on how that goes, we'll do it step by step. Unless you would like me to say yes or no off the bat. I like the step by step method though myself.
I think step by step.
All right. So you're gonna first. Let's go with your mad dash tug towards the front of this boat. Roll me athletics.
All right, this is it. This is it, everybody. No one has yelled stop, so I'm gonna do it.
I don't think anybody's looking at you.
Athletics, right? Not
Yes.
acrobatics.
Yes, athletics.
20.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, Lisa, you were falling in a kind of an arc where you would miss the boat.
What the fuck?
Balthasar, you run. You had 15 feet. You pull her back 10 while she's falling. It's a... Jeez. Think about there. Nope. Trying to think angles. So yeah, you probably get pulled to about here.
Come here, fishy.
And so you got here. And now your plan is to wrap the rope around this thing, right? Like you're gonna like leap around and like hold the rope and swing back around like Batman, right?
I've got a little bit of tension to do that with, right? Based on my understanding of where we're at.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know any other way that I could do that while still having the ability to end my turn with casting that. Like I'm trying to like
Let's
squeeze every bit of utility out of my move action as I can.
for that kind of maneuver, I'm gonna have you roll acrobatics to see how dexterously you can time and angle and leap around this. So roll me acrobatics.
Okay. Acrobatics coming up. It's a 14.
Okay. So you go and you leap around, right?
Yeah.
Shoving Asa into the boat.
Wow.
And you do make it around to like here. So you're standing around. Asa's now kind of stopping that end of the rope as she is anchored into the broken pieces of the ship. Asa,
Ow.
roll me acrobatics to land, not on your head.
Good luck with that one.
Knew we should have worn helmets.
Yeah.
We need them.
Fishing trip?
What did you get?
You rolled
A
a 5
5.
acrobatics.
No, I rolled a 2.
You-
I got
you-
a 5.
You got 5. Roll me 3d6.
He lands
Ow.
hard.
Oh.
Rip.
You take
Rip, Jarl.
You take 4 piercing and 4 bludgeoning damage from the sharp edges of the ship.
Alright.
But you're on the boat.
You are on the boat.
I'm on a boat. Hey. Okay.
So, I will say, Balthazar, that was a lot of effort to do that. I'm guessing Dissonant
Happy.
Whispers is an action, correct?
It is, yeah.
Probably not. Do you have any bonus actions you
What-
got?
I would like to give Riv Bardic Inspiration, and I feel like my Bardic Inspiration in this moment would be a very exasperated, stab it in the fucking eyeball!
Okay.
Which eyeball? That's the question.
Oh, shut up, Nor!
I can imagine this thing having 20 eyeballs, but that's just me.
Fire then.
I'm imagining the what was it, the giant koi fish from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah. Yeah.
More
You know
along
what?
those lines, yeah.
I'm happy with my turn. I'm
No.
happy.
Nor.
I think first Nor is going to get out of the path of the going to be falling fish creature, because that would be a large lump on the head that can be avoided at the moment.
Yep. So are
So-
you standing first or just kind of scrabbling across the boat?
I thought she was like, as we described, teddy bear face down in the water. So down in probably in the water. I
You're gonna
would
stay in
assume
the
that's
water?
what she is.
There you go. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say you have two routes, right? Waterways or try and get back on the scary boat.
Yeah, but this boat's sinking, so
Yes.
it's kind of like
Yes,
gonna
it
be in the
is.
water anyway.
Yeah.
And
so,
she's, they're wearing enough furs that they should be able to survive for like at least 2 minutes. So,
so you drift out into the water a bit.
yeah, just kind of push away from the falling fish in the air, and well, Eldritch Blast is always the answer that our good Lord has given us. So yeah, gonna do that. Don't have advantage, but can still go pew pew.
Go ahead and fire.
12.
No.
That misses it just so much.
Yes.
Sorry.
You fire and just barely miss it. As you're trying to deal with the chaos, you fire just high. Anything else? You have a bonus action you can use?
Cough to death, maybe. Let's see. Do. No, Hunter Mark is still on. Just gonna keep it on the fish. Movement speed would be at 15 right now because don't have a swimming speed. Yeah, I think that's about it. Just
Drifting back
Try
into
to-
the water a little
yeah,
more.
just drifting, trying to stay afloat. Not trying to drown. The important things in life.
Cool. Riv.
Riv is going to basically swing up and ride the giant fish like Dr. Strangelove.
Hells yeah.
And he raises up his rapier and he's going to try to stab it down in the eye. He's going to be like, "Oh, let go of my friend!"
With inspiration?
Are you using the inspiration to hit or anything like that? Actually, with the bardic inspiration, do you have to? When do you use that? Is it after or before the roll? I can't remember.
Yeah, you get to use it after.
After the roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll to hit.
So I'm not using it for the hit, as I rolled a 22.
22 hits in the eye.
Nice.
And I'm going to use the D6 for extra damage, but that's 8 from sneak attack and 6 so far just from the rapier.
All right. Roll that D6.
And an additional 1.
Nice.
So 15
Nice.
total damage. All
That's a
right.
nice chunk.
Yes.
Dinky dink. I'm cheering on the boat. Like,
Assume that's your turn, Riff.
That would be that would be my turn. Let's actually we're gonna stay on the fish. Yep.
All right.
I
Thea,
like it. It's respectable.
You're
Okay.
You're still in this fish. You have narrowly escaped getting completely killed. People are bombarding you with all of their healing resources. You're breathing a bit easier. Though it still hurts quite a bit to inhale.
Indeed. Am I able to see Balthazar across the boat, like about to like try and yank the jaw open?
I'll say the way you were grabbed up, you could definitely turn your head to notice Balthazar. He's also screaming, but yeah.
Okay. Check real quick, see if there's anything I can do for a bonus action. Nope, everything requires a key point.
Ooh, key
So-
points.
So can I hold my action to wait until the fish starts going under and the mouth opens up to push open the mouth and get out?
So, just Theoden's thinking when the fish hits the water.
Yeah, like when it gets out of the range and is like starting to get pulled open by the rope.
Just so you know, the rope is, I don't know, you'd see the rope taut, or not taut, but kind of loose hanging over this fish. And I'm going to quickly draw kind of what it's doing. It's wrapping over the head, and then coming over here to Balthazar. And then this is wrapped around, and is taut to Isa. That was a terrible drawing. Get out of here, rope. So it's going over the top of the fish. So if this does become taut, it's probably going to spin the fish. Yeah. But if you want to hold your action to try and escape as soon as it hits the water, you can definitely do that.
I'll just use my action now and try and like. Could I acrobatics my way out of this? Attempt to like.
I allow
squeeze
acrobatics to wriggle out of grapples. Yes. You will be rolling opposing the fish still trying to chomp you. Roll your acrobatics.
Alrighty.
21. That's
21.
pretty admirable. I just realized since I had to reload everything, I need to grab the sheet back up. So give me 1 second here.
Pretty admirable at a 10.
Pretty admirable.
Respectable acrobatics.
We are on the water, so it is
Survival on that one, I
admirable.
do.
Huh.
I think this
Nice.
this was the sheet. Yes. Okay.
What a great fishing trip, guys. I can't wait to tell
Amazing.
stories about this.
So tranquil and
So yeah, that breaks out. You get free. 21 beats 13.
He's
So-
free.
You wriggle your way out of the fish. So now you're like, you've pulled yourself out. What do you do with your rest of your movement and turn? You're like, you get
I'm
sucked up.
essentially-
You're about to crash down with the fish still right there.
I'm going to attempt to like climber on top of the fish to like
Nice.
get out from up underneath it.
Okay.
I bet Riv would like that.
This is going to
Yeah.
be.
Can Riv try to assist?
You wriggled your way out. How are you trying to get on top of the fish exactly? What's your strategy here? You got out. How are you climbing up?
Could I use the axe as like a embed and like kind of pull myself up?
So just trying to force up. That will be athletics.
Athletics.
Oh boy.
And Riv, I would allow that. Do you have proficiency in athletics?
Actually, I do.
Okay. So I'll allow Riv to use their reaction to try and give Theoden advantage to get up on top of this fish, because it sounds fun.
Done deal.
Wait.
Go for it.
Just to let you all know, I have a -1 to this.
You can do it.
No, you can't. Oh, yes, you can.
Haha.
I won't take back
Doubter.
what I said, but I forgot to ask if Theoden also had athletics. Typically,
No.
typically, both
Oh,
people
too
need to
late
have
for that.
athletics. I said I won't take it back. It's a session 0. I allow it, but
That is good to know, though.
usually I require both characters to have advantage or have proficiency in a skill before they can get advantage.
And that
Um,
makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Theta did for some reason. I will allow this because I said I would. Theoden, you get pulled up on here. Your axe isn't like cutting into him, but you got it just to grip into a scale enough to help you hoist with Riv's free hand.
Really quickly, technical issue. Apparently, there are 2 streams up on YouTube.
Oh
What?
my.
Cool.
How?
Yeah, update from the professor. Hey, someone let Gats know. It's showing he has 2 streams on YouTube.
See,
Yeah,
both are running.
that's a good question.
Both are
Did
running.
my actions split realities and just kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
We're in
you
a
watch
quantum
one,
state.
if you watch one, it's one reality. If you watch the other, it's the continuity that we have right now. I mean, no biggie. We're just breaking reality.
Separate timelines and all.
I'm gonna message the professor here. Are both streams running?
Are we alive in both
Are we
streams?
live in
It
both?
looks.
I'm
It
gonna
looks
ask them existential questions.
Are we like getting transmissions from?
I mean, I'm totally
I mean-
fine existing in a quantum state where we can perceive both of our realities at once.
It
That's
looks
pretty
like
cool.
the
Indeed.
first one is.
Yes, we are both live, according to him.
It
If we're
looks-
being observed by J. Crew, then we are in particle state, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, so-
The first stream that had closed down due to an error is about 2 minutes ago, and then it pauses, even when I refresh the page. So I think it just hasn't closed down proper. It's nothing.
what-
There's nothing recent in the first.
Yeah, it's YouTube.
What probably is happening is he's not caught up to the real time yet in the duplicate. Because when you load a live stream, it doesn't throw you where it is live, it loads you back in. But let's just roll with it. I don't mind.
Yeah,
The
let's just
second,
keep going.
All right.
yeah, the second stream that's up threw me into where we were at currently.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor, when you get to this point, for your quantum
Thanks,
observation
If you
and
get to
just
this point,
and killing
If you ever
cats.
witnessed it.
Schrodinger stream.
Yeah, Schrodinger's stream.
we've learned a lot
Schrodinger's-
today.
Schrodinger's lake. Okay. So you do that, Theoden. You get on top of the fish. You're no longer being chomped by the fish, and you're probably not going to be crushed by the fish in a moment. I'll say that's your turn, though. Grappling and climbing up. That is definitely a turn.
Yep.
Knucklehead trout monster thing. Your go.
Hey.
Let's hear the NPC voice for it.
No. Nobody's using truth with animals, otherwise it would be saying a lot right now.
Probably like, God damn you, mother.
Yes.
It'd be calling BS on every law of physics it knows.
Yes.
Um,
I happen
Hackers
to major
being
in
hackers.
physics, and you guys are not following the rules.
so first it will fall the 10 feet into the water. As physics kicks in and your Eldritch BS stops. And then
For now.
it will go into the water.
Quick question: did it take falling damage?
Fish falling 10 feet onto water, no.
Gotta ask.
You can ask. I'm pretty sure falling 10 feet into water doesn't hurt that bad.
I mean, this is D&D.
10 feet.
You're right.
That's where damage starts, though. It's 10 feet.
Is it after 10 or at 10?
11 feet. 11 feet, we wouldn't be very
Gosh.
good. 10 feet, he's good. He's good.
Balthazar,
It's the 11th foot that kills you.
I have to bring your token back. But, yeah.
Goodbye.
You're up here. The fish is
Hey.
falling apart. I don't know.
It is?
That part of the fish is gone now.
Oh, good. I've succeeded.
And so it falls 10 feet. I don't know how many seconds that would take. Almost no time at all. And then it tries to dive down and use its swim speed. Yeah, I'm just going to say it goes at the rest of its distance. So the 10 gets minused away. Are you guys holding on to the fish as it dives into the water? What are you...
Riv is holding on.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll a fate d20. I'm
Okay.
holding on.
Yeah.
You guys, each of you roll acrobatics or athletics. I'll allow either right now.
L'acrobatics.
Can they hold on to each other and
No.
the fish?
No.
Hold on to the rapier that's it. Oh my
Oh,
god!
whoops.
You guys
Oh,
are-
so we both rolled over a 20.
Yeah.
So, Riv with the 26 acrobatics, Theoden with the 23 acrobatics. Let's see, so the angle, it's got the rope, it's got the hook. Trying to think how much rope there was left. So 15 here, so that's 35 feet left. There's a bit of angle down to the water. I mean, realistically, how... Oh my god, my brain. I'm just gonna say, when it gets 20 feet down, it hits top with this boat. I'm going to roll a GM roll to see what that means exactly. Okay. So yeah, the boat keels, going towards the fish. Good call, Nor, getting out of there. Asa, you're going to probably be attacked by this boat. And Balthazar, you're going to need to roll me acrobatics as you get
let's
lurched
fucking
towards the
do
water.
Let's fucking do it. 12.
No.
My luck ran out.
What happens is the boat goes flying this way, and you just lose what was under you, and you fall dead into the water.
Nice.
Not actually dead, but yeah, splash.
Another teddy bear face down.
Clutching my veal as I descend into the water.
Issa, roll me a dex save with disadvantage. I'm sorry.
I don't
This
blame
is
you.
it's fate. Wow, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
I'm gonna say you actually just take 1d4.
When it matters,
Oof.
All four.
All 4 damage.
I
A nat
makes
4. All right.
And for those not looking at the screen, the result was 14.
Yeah. The
damn,
dex
this boat
save.
got hands.
The dex save you got was 14. It was a 15 to not get touched by the boat.
Fair enough.
Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And the boat continues to flip on its complete side and been around. I can't draw this out as it's happening. It's too much. I need 3D models and physics engines now. And the fish swims down another 5 feet, pulling the tip of this front of the boat under the water as it's just buoying right now. You all... Oh, actually, no, it could keep going down. So yeah, you're all 30 feet under now. Congratulations. Aza.
I'm going to yell back at Yomi. Get another boat on the lake! Have them send aid! Go get someone! Like, points at, like, the nearest boat on the lake.
Roll a performance.
Sure.
SOS.
Performance. Oh god.
Okay.
That was an 11.
Yeah, you rolled an 11.
Oh,
What is this for?
For Yomi caring enough about your orders to stop watching.
No, you're right. That would be a performance. She wouldn't listen to persuasion, the little shit. You're right.
Now, you can command them, I think, in some way. Is that you, like, commanding your familiar? Or are you just talking at her at this point?
This is me very sternly telling them to go get help, not
Okay.
actively commanding them.
So... Let me see something here.
And you mentioned
Whoa.
it was...
Yomi rolled a nat 20 initiative to join this event.
Fate.
Fair enough.
They're going to go right after you. Balthazar, you rolled a nat 20 as well, right? I can't remember. Is it
I
just
did.
A normal 23? They have a slightly
a nat
higher
20.
dex at a 23.17
Wait.
to your 23.16.
Actually, you know what? Was it a nat 20?
I don't
I
remember
don't
it being
think it was. I don't think it was.
I don't think
It was the only person who got a nat 20 was when Asa re-rolled.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's where it came from. I remember. I remember.
Leave
now.
it in the past, Anakin.
Okay,
She's
so
she's number
you
one.
shout at Yomi to go get some help. That will come into effect.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
I'm going to try and hit this thing with another Eldritch Blast to get that fishy ass back here.
Oh yeah, and with all the turmoil, you're out of range of the boat. You're just in the water now. So, just to be
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, I'd probably swim a little bit away from the boat and then try and hit this thing with an Eldritch Blast.
All right, roll to hit.
Alrighty, let me go ahead and roll the hit.
Yeah, 25 will give that to you, even if it's under the water.
I will pull it.
gonna
10
pull,
feet.
Pull it again. Great. So it gets pulled towards you. 10 feet.
The accent.
Still underwater. But it gets slack on the boat line for a moment, kind of. And does 3 whole damage. Congratulations. You hit with your 25. Minus 3.
Mhm.
Cool. Anything else with your turn you can do? Bonus actions?
I mean, get a breath, and that's my go.
Alright. Yomi. They are going to use a skill that they have called Gossip. And they are going to fly as far towards the other ship where the people were excited about their catch as possible and just start shouting about this is the biggest fish ever seen in this lake ever. Oh my god, the Jarl's dead. You need to get over here.
Yomi! Fucking legend!
Just and they're going to be doing a a deception. And
You get used to it.
24 deception.
This is what she does.
And does she have a performance bonus as
No,
well?
you see, she rolled a deception. Everybody else thinks it's just a perception.
The performance is 9, but the story is great. Her little lungs can't be as loud as she would hope from that distance, though. And overcome all the thrashing and screaming and everything.
Does it turn into a game of telephone?
Yes. As intended.
What about the Jarl? The Jarl of what? Of
The Jarl's in
Purple?
bed.
no,
The Jarl
it's
is
definitely
The Jarl's building a new shed? For what?
what? The Jarl's
Check-
getting head.
Oh,
That too.
We will see what chaos is wrought. But you do see one of these ships start turning. Balthazar, you are in the water.
I have more questions.
Okay.
I don't
Keep
blame
asking.
it.
Keep doing it. Keep challenging.
How many feet away from this fish am I?
In a straight line.
First in a straight line, yes.
So it's 15 that way, and then 20 down, whatever the hypotenuse of 15 and 20 is. So between 15 and, or more than 20.
Making us do
Okay.
trig? What?
Not while I'm GMing right now, no.
So
Let's call it
If I wanted to
25-ish, 30, somewhere in there. Within
Okay,
30 feet
okay.
is what you're asking anyways.
Gotcha. So I'm in the water,
Mm-hmm.
and the fish is about like 20, 25 feet below me, right?
It's 20 feet underwater, and if you were to go across the horizontal plane to get to the fish, 15 feet.
Okay. All right. So being that I'm in water, I don't have a swim speed. I could only go down with normal movement about 15 feet underwater. Is that right?
Yep.
So even if I did that, I couldn't get below the creature or past the creature.
No, you could just swim to get above the creature, directly above it, if you tried. There is also a thrashing 3/4 of a ship on the water. That's another factor.
So I'd like to swim 15 feet out and down, like in a direction, away from the thrashing ship. I'd say. Do I have the ability to clear that ship?
Yeah, it's not on top of you right now. And you're swimming out and down, you said, so under the water? Or just away?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
underwater.
both out and down.
Okay.
And the reason why I asked the elevation between myself and the fish itself, I have a question.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I don't have a question. I'm going to just try to cast, now that I'm in a different angle and the fish is still anchored to the ship, going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it, mouthing some horrible insults about how its blubber probably smells, and how I'm gonna, bottle it and turn it into a lamp, and I'm gonna make that lamp witness some really, really terrible things that involve killing its family.
All right. You do that. Post the spell in chat for me, if you don't mind.
Sure.
What, not turning it into perfume and then doing certain actions to the person you give the perfume to?
Oh yeah.
There's
gonna be
a
bad.
whole story to this.
There's a whole line of thinking here, and we all promised each other not to get into that line of thinking online.
This is true.
I'm also gonna upcast it at level 2.
Okay.
All right, posting now, and then casting at 2. Although it didn't give me the option to cast it at 2, so.
Okay. So,
Um,
creature can hear within range. It makes a wisdom save.
which I feel like a fish could hear me screaming underwater. They're good at hearing things underwater.
I mean, you make sounds underwater. That happens. There's nothing in the spell that says it needs to have the intelligence to understand you. It's just the psychological vibe you're throwing at the fish, really. You're just making it feel bad.
I'm an
because
eloquence bard.
It's like when
Bad
someone
vibes.
yells at you in a
Vibes off.
foreign language, and you're like, "Oh,
Okay.
they just made fun of me." Okay.
Vibes off, dog.
Yeah. So you do your monkey insults underwater at the fish creature, and it feels that vibe. Let's see if it cares. Gonna roll a wisdom save, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What's your DC on that?
14.
14. They rolled an 18.
Oh,
Fuck.
it's like water off their back.
Oh, they're still gonna take a little bit of dankage.
So if they succeed, they get
Half
Half.
damage.
Half rounded down.
Okay. So
8.
9.
Nice.
Darn, man, that's a wise fish.
Theoden and Riv, you feel the fish just kind of jerk a bit while under the water, shrugging this insult off.
And while I'm holding my breath, I'm going to give what may be my last bardic inspiration to the rogue again. Going.
So just talking like
Actually-
Bane.
Yeah,
All right. Over to
it
you.
was very Baney.
Over to you, Nora.
Well, Nora's in the water, keeping it afloat, not going underneath the water, because that sounds like a bad idea. And plus, we're all bleeding, and there's blood in the water,
Yep.
purifying it. Nor knows where the creature is, has hunter's mark, so knows the area, can track it down. So I think Nor's just Eldritch Blast just seems like the best option, without, killing everyone on board the fish. So here we go.
All right. Fire away. 8
8
does
misses.
not hit the fishy. I apologize.
This spells the end for us, my friends.
Anything else you want to do, Nors? Any more swimming?
I think just trying to get away from debris and any ropes that might try to take us with it is a good idea. And which direction is shore, and how close is it?
Shore is probably behind us, like where the boat was facing. So you're gonna swing that way?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, over here.
Just, take that 15 feet.
Yep. Anything else?
Nope. I'm just trying to keep it simple, with
Riv.
no shenanigans, no hard physics,
If it's your go.
All right, so Riv is going to stare at Theoden and just kind of motion like he's going to go up. But first, he is going to stab this fish.
All right. So you look to try and get Theoden's gaze through the blood-filled, murky, fish-thrashing water with bubbles. And you go to attack. Please do.
And I will use my Bardic Inspiration.
So you start to swing down. You're realizing it's not going to work. And
13.
13 hits.
Oh.
Money.
Christ.
And that would be 16 damage.
And
Nice.
so with this the blood merc attack, what is your strategy this time? You stabbed in the eye last time. What are you doing
Other
this
eye.
time?
So yeah, he was told to stab it in the eye. Riv didn't have the time to ask which eye.
Okay.
So he's following orders and he's stabbing it in the other eye.
You're just being thorough.
So underwater, in slow motion, Riv lines up the rapier and just pushes it into this fish's brain.
Like,
And
That is
you feel this nice squishy pop and irk and crunching as you go through into their brain. And when you extract the rapier, a gout of blood comes out, and the fish stops wriggling.
huh.
Shit.
Job.
It's dead.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Caught a fish, guys.
We
God,
got one.
Nor was right.
It's gonna feed many, many people.
Yelmi is
Did
still.
you say it's going to feed many people or feed on many people?
Yomi is now audible now that the thrashing has stopped, and you just hear up in the sky as she's flying around in circles, trying to gather every fishing person that's still out here. Some people have kind of stopped, put down their poles, and are just watching from afar. Whereas 2 ships are approaching cautiously.
Reasonable.
Yep.
Indeed.
I attack. No. Kidding.
Yeah. Eldritch Blast!
I would think that Theoden and Riv swim up holding the rope that's still attached to the fish.
Yep.
Yep, you've got
That's my lucky rope.
a nice anchor line to lead you up to the boat, which you can kind of float on for now, before it completely sinks. And, yeah.
I have a question.
Please.
So, has this dead fish begun to turn into a ballast and float to the top of the lake?
This exact second, not yet.
Okay. If it does, I would want to try to rope the sinking ship possibly to this great fish in hopes that it displaces enough buoyancy to keep the ship from being a total loss. That's just what's going through my head.
Okay. So Balthazar's like in the water rubbing your chin like, how do I keep half this boat? Okay. Cool.
I guess I'll swim towards the surface too. You know, I don't want to stay under here too long.
Because, yeah. Just so you know, physics-wise, fish, when they die, sink until they decompose enough for their bacteria to create gas. That's like why whales that are about to explode just kind of pop up. They don't creep in, they just, oh, hello, and then boom.
Guess he's not coming up soon.
No. Though you did wrap around the top of this thing, and it's hooked on there pretty well. Okay, gathering my composing myself. Now that all this turmoil's died down, Yelmi's yelling, and you're also hearing people trying to get Asa's attention from the shore. It's echoing across the lake.
Yeah?
And you can just hear like, Asa! Asa!
Yeah.
Are you alive? Just echoing across.
Yeah.
Do you respond at all?
Yeah, Ace is gonna yell out loud as she can.
Okay.
We're alive! Send a boat!
So I like how the crackling probably lined up with the splashing water on your face.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay.
And then if any other boats get within 120 feet, or if any other people get within 120 feet, I'm going to be using message to talk clearly. Be like, the fuck over here?
You hear from the shore, Thari's here. Thari's here. From across the water.
Yep.
Roll me a history with disadvantage, because I think you're probably shook.
I'm very shook. And absolutely. History with disadvantage. 1, 2.
Yeah, no, you don't remember shit.
No, I'm gonna be checking my surroundings like, chokes on water. Is everyone alive?
Balthazar, you're probably the only other person who could roll. Do you care what the shore's yelling?
Do I hear what the shore's yelling? Have I crested the surface yet?
Do you care? Oh yeah, you're underwater still. Nah, I mean would you swim up then after everything? You can just.
I was hoping to.
Yeah, I imagine you all swim up, compose yourselves, right yourselves. The ships are coming in to try and help you guys.
Yeah.
Balthazar, you come up, and you hear "There's here, there's here," echoing across the lake. You can roll me history with disadvantage if you'd like.
I'll roll it. I'm probably more focused on like waiting for this fish to come up, like thinking that this fish is going to be floating to the surface. Because
I've seen this before.
I've seen pet fish like die and float, and I'm like, oh, okay, a big one's going to do the same, right?
Canon, I have pet fish now.
And clearly they're saying Dory's here, so it's time to explore, guys.
Perfect. No, that doesn't ring
Seven.
a bell. 7 does not ring a bell for you. 6 does not ring a bell for Asa. That's fine. Fast forwarding, these 2 fishing ships come over to you guys. They're locals from your town, people who come out and fish on the lake. They don't live in the town, but they, bring their catches in usually. They'll repair their boat there, things like that.
Rent out space in the arena, not arena, the,
the arena.
marina.
Let's go.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I live in the arena,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew, this is silly.
So quickly convey that we're gonna need space for five people and a large catch.
Yep.
Help us reel it in.
Um,
Salvage what
I'd
we can.
also like to make sure to give them a good persuasive assist on that conversation too.
okay.
I think we're both skilled at persuasion.
I can
If that-
assist
yeah.
with that as well.
Something that needs persuasion, Jim. It sounds like it would be good to just kind of.
We just feeding off of our energy here, like
Just
like
go-
like jumping in to fill the gaps on each other's stories.
Sure.
I mean, we all, yeah. I mean, we're all high charismatic people.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
Bal-
definitely.
either Balthazar or Asa roll with advantage. Let's just get this going. Get you
I'll give
out
it
of the
to-
water.
I'll give it to Asa since he brought it up
Asa,
first.
roll persuasion with advantage to get help. 24 will get you quick help. They see
Yeah.
that you're in the water. They see you're banged up, and they're like, "Asa, by the gods, what happened? What happened to the boat?"
Just gonna.
And they
This
just-
wicked.
they throw ropes down, start pulling you guys in one by one.
Yeah.
If anybody wants a rope, there's a rope thrown near you to get into their boat. Anybody
Wait,
want to swim the breadth of this lake to get back, or would you take the ropes?
Hells no.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait
Oh,
till
it's
you
all
see
about the
it.
rope.
Everybody
That
ropes
rope
up
there.
onto,
Draw it in.
onto this ghost ship. It's not as nice as the ship that you guys destroyed.
No, our
Alright.
limo's gone.
Yeah, our parade ship. Yeah.
Fucking gone.
Yep. So y'all get
But
up
we're
on
gonna have
here,
a sweet ass decoration for the front of the next one.
and
Sketch.
I'm assuming you guys explain that there's giant fish attached to the hunk of the boat,
Yeah.
and you guys want to drag
Yes,
it into
please.
shore. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They do
Yes,
that.
please.
2 ships filled with fishermen help you bring your haul to shore. Congrats.
Fuck yeah.
Congrats.
Oh, yes.
Do you guys want to take a 5 to 10 minute break to get refreshments real quick?
That would be really great
Yes.
for me.
Yes.
Please.
Before we break, do you
No.
think that is there anyone who is half decent at painting, or maybe even less than half decent at painting, who might want to do a quick mural of us with the captured Leviathan beast for a keepsake? I've got some paper and a pen in my backpack.
Nora's
Oh,
on it.
if you ask, Rib will be like, "Oh yeah, I can draw."
I can draw.
Nora's on it, with one of the pieces of the former ship, and she's bleeding. She got plenty to paint with.
It was an open invitation, unfortunately, and so I open the chest that I keep with me, and I hand you the 2 pieces of paper and 2 quilt pens.
Wait. Dry your hands, Riv.
What?
This was a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, give Riv and Nora paper.
All right.
One of us is going to
So-
be eating the crayons by the end of this.
I'm gonna get one of my kids IRL to draw a picture of a bunch of people with a big fish, and that's gonna be what Riv drew. How's that?
I am totally on board.
Riv
Yep.
rolls like
Okay.
a nat 20, sleight of hand, just has this beautiful mural. Like
Oh, if I get to
watercolors.
if I get to roll sleight of hand, it'll be great.
It'll look like a seismometer.
Natural 20 sleight of hand, 1 for a history.
Okay, I almost thought Gats got frozen again.
Nope, I was just
Super
concentrating.
You just weren't moving. I was like, oh,
Uh-oh.
whoa,
What's Norse gonna look like? What's Norse painting gonna look like?
blood splatter mainly.
Like a Jack Pollock painting, just with red, just
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I like it.
Just very, very impressionistic. It has the feeling in it instead of the actual images.
There you go.
Maybe a handprint or two.
Some
So,
Respect.
it's haunted somehow.
5,
Yeah.
You pick it up in a
break,
thrift
back at
store.
the 40 mark.
Yeah, I'm just realizing the way I set up this map, everything's going to be really small because I didn't want to overload Roll20.
5,
gonna
we'll
be
figure it out.
Really
Look
great.
at that absolute legend of a fish.
Wow. I'm actually proud of you guys. Good job.
All right. So yeah, let's call it a 5-minute break. Let me turn on our little break cam overlay, and there we go.
Respect everybody.
Well,
How did
that-
we do that?
A lot of shenanigans and a very patient GM.
A very patient GM,
Incredibly patient. I'm kind of locked down by this corgi.
which we love.
I want to see it. I haven't seen Hermione in so long. I miss Hermione.
She's such a sweetheart. One moment.
You could just put that in Discord.
No. This is important.
Nah.
Okay,
This is her. It's just right there. Just hanging out.
just like a dog.
My
I
cat
need to go to
Tally's
the restroom.
my cat Tally, she's like at the foot of my desk, just looking up at me like, why the hell are you still awake?
Fair enough. Alright, I'm gonna risk it for the
And
biscuit
why are
here.
you laughing so much?
Sorry, Doogie. Sorry, Doogie. Scoot, scoot. Scoot, scoot, scoot.
I think that went pretty well. I'm starting to see how everybody kind of fights and does their thing.
Like, just kind of
fine,
scrambles
sweetheart.
to make a plan at the last minute.
Yeah, I mean, Nor has other things and other ways to do damage, but it's just not with allies.
Theoden has one way of dealing damage. Axe.
Whew. Okay.
Just as axe.
Axe body spray.
Oh,
yeah, I mean
God.
that does
That
deal
in
psychic
itself is a
damage.
weapon.
Yeah, that deals poison damage, man, to me.
Yeah.
It kills me.
Yeah.
Poison and psychic.
Yeah. Brain damage.
Ooh.
I mean,
It's like
that's just
stepping in-
most of the people who wear it, though.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like stepping into a high school locker room.
Whew. That did not go how I planned at all. It's fine.
Hey,
How did you plan it to go?
You guys
Us-
were gonna fish for a couple in-game hours, not real-life hours, and we were gonna fast forward through that, see if you caught some fish, and then go in to deal with the actual encounter.
Well,
But this happened, and it's fun. I think.
I mean,
y'all
that's
have-
essentially
I
what
thought it was a
happened.
blast.
That's essentially what happened with the last session of Two Hands' campaign that I was playing in. Like, we spent the entire time in that combat instance.
Yeah, didn't
it was
the
only
first round
just
of combat go an hour and 20 minutes or something?
It was like an hour and a half.
the
For
first round.
The very first round. And whenever I left that little discussion that we were having at the time, it just got to my turn. Because I rolled the lowest in initiative.
Yeah, remember how he hung out and then went to go join an hour and a half into the game that Two Hands
Oh.
went to go GM?
Oh, okay.
He messaged me.
Yep.
He's like, "Oh, it's still not my turn." Like,
How does the first round take an hour?
we're gonna have to ask
Uh,
Two Hands about that.
Yeah.
But not now, because when he gets back, we're gonna get rolling. I know he's not back yet. I don't know if CK is back yet. But for
I am here.
For who? Oh, everybody is back.
Hey,
I was just creeping.
Creeping.
Do the creep.
Breaks over, but I wanted to check in. How is everybody feeling time wise? It's been, we all signed out a bit early today to get everything set up. Do you guys want to keep going, or do you want me to wrap it up the next 20 minutes?
I'm good for like another 2 hours.
give me more.
More.
Yeah, especially if we get into like the real plot.
Yeah, the actual things that's supposed to happen.
That'd be pretty good.
The plot that I've literally left on the shore, like just waiting. How about you, Joe?
I'm good. Yeah. Let's go for it.
I'm good.
Two Hands, you good? Keep going, a couple hours.
I want to ask how the DM's doing.
I want to go a couple
Yeah.
hours. Yeah, at least.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. And
Classically, like I've mentioned, my games, people don't want to stop till they're
People get
brain
excited
dead.
and then we go.
So
I am sorry if there was more shenanigans than we possibly meant to
It's
incur,
the
but
zero
it's been a
session.
blast.
It is the zero
You get
session.
used to
I
it.
put you all on a boat in a lake to see what would happen, and now we know.
Caught a fish.
Gats. If you're wanting to go until everybody's brain dead, we might as well not have started because of Two Hands over here.
Ooh.
Who was the bard again?
And with that, I'm gonna
Love you,
turn
brother.
the break overlay off, and
You
let's
saved your
talk
butts.
back to
You literally did.
our little
Yup.
world here.
Has a
I'll let
higher
Joe have that
intelligence
one.
than me.
Am I supposed to be seeing the map? I still see the boat.
You
Same.
still see the boat right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a double take here. First, I'm going to show what the town actually looks like, just generally the vibe of Bagaldi. Here's the general vibe of their little mountain lake settlement thing. Pretty run down, musky, cold, shelter, not comfortable shelter. And they'd be happy with a good catch. So this is kind of the aesthetic of Bagaldi before we go to a top-down map. And you all are here. Whoop. And you're probably going to want to zoom in quite a bit. Because
Okay.
I made this map really small because Roll20 did not like the big-sized map.
Holy fucking shit, that
Yeah.
fish.
I recommend zooming in to at least 160%. So, you guys were out fishing. It was supposed to be a nice afternoon of fishing. A couple hours on the water, see if you caught a couple fish. That would have been cool.
We
Maybe
did
make
catch
some
a couple
dinner.
fish.
You are coming home with, in fact, 2 fish. Nor predicted that this would be fruitful and that you would feed the village with the fish that are in the water. Riv, you held up 2 fingers at one point, said a number of fish that were around. Probably something like that happened. Your 2 fingers might have impacted how many fish there are. Who knows? And all of the natural 20s stacking exponentially on each other led to this craziness. The 2 fishing boats helped drag in your catch up onto the beach. You all worked together with the people on those fishing boats and the small crowd that had gathered on the shore here of the regulars of your town, as well as some visitors, which we'll get to shortly. And everybody helped hoist this big monster up onto the shore. And during all the force and pressure, the other very sizable 50-pounder popped out of this thing's mouth because I felt like it.
It's a Christmas miracle.
I'm if possible, DM, I want to have Yomi immediately spreading rumors about the myth, the legend that we just made as a party.
I will say do you have a way to stop her from already having started doing that? Are you,
That's exactly the answer I wanted to hear.
Now, if you want to give her ideas on what to spread, you're welcome to, but she's already just making shit up.
Perfect.
Quite well. Just whispering to people, trying to get like behind crowds or behind somebody, make it sound like they're saying things. Just being a little mischievous little pixie thing. Good old Yomi. Yep. So you get this big fish up on here. A lot of people kind of flabbergasted. Some people just cheering. You could tell there was a few who like sat up on the dock and just started drinking mead, watching to see how this would end. Including, as I mentioned, some visitors. So it now becomes clear to at least Asa and Balthazar that Thari Gunbison, who is one of the more prominent and traveled folk from the nearest village to you guys, the town of Terrorist, it's 60.
Sell that for that.
It's about 35-mile walk to the south, the nearest settlement there. They have showed up with their family, some other prominent figures from that town, some of the kids, and they brought some goods, and they offloaded some of it, but you can see them already kind of haggling and dealing with people. Some of it's turned into bets based on what's going on the water. But Thari comes up to your party. The big burly human. He's got a round face. You can tell he eats his fair share. And copper hair, hazel eyes, and he's wearing his scale mail very prominently. He likes to polish it, make it very clear it's shiny, and has a great axe just slung over his shoulder. He likes to carry around. You two have interacted with Thari before. Yeah, again, he's one of the folks who comes over to you guys, at least twice a year, see what you got, brings what he's got, tries to do some wheeling and dealing. And
what was the name of the town again?
Town is Thurst. Let me put it in the chat for you so you know how to spell it.
Thank you.
Tarist.
Like how
so
Norse
it's
just become the bushes.
Tahyrst.
Tarst.
Could you also type the name of the NPC in the chat too,
Yes.
please?
I'll do his first and last name for you. So Thari Gummerson.
Okay.
I was so close.
He comes up, addresses the party. I heard that you died, Asa, and that Balthazar lost an arm. Theoden lost his legs. Riv was dead.
Come now,
too.
my friend. You know I'm going to be outliving you.
He gives you a little
By the way, Norris probably wandered off by now if all the...
I like how Norse in the bushes.
You're literally in the bushes.
What's he doing in there? Sorry, it was close, but let's just say we might be making a collection plate for repairs to the ship after we were so voraciously attacked, albeit unprovoked. It was quite a scene.
Indeed, I have these scars to prove it, as there's massive gashes of tooth marks in my chest.
Yep. I will say, you're gonna figure out what that means tomorrow in game after you sleep. You're going to wake up and figure out what that means, as the natures of such injuries go.
Clear fish. It's gonna turn into a fish person at night, and
it was a fucking vampire fish.
Oh,
where
no.
sharks exist, but
Oh, great.
this is definitely the biggest knucklehead trout that anybody in this region has seen brought up onto shore from this lake.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna be talking that up.
Mm-hmm. Um. So, Thari is trying really hard not to show how impressed he is of this fish. He's trying really, really hard to, show off his burly, oversized armor chest. But his eyes keep going to the fish, like, holy fucking shit, that's a big fish.
Sorry. Would you like to take a closer look, my friend?
I could see it pretty well from here. It takes up the entire beach there. We brought some goods. We've already done a bit of trading with some of the folks around Bagoldi here. As you know, I'm in town. It's time for party.
And
I'll
none
provide the
too
drink.
soon.
Looks like we've got plenty of food.
Aye.
Do you want to talk? Do you need help with that thing? Getting it? I mean, are we just gonna cut it up here? What do you do with a fish that big, like on a lakeside? You don't have a nice spot to cut up whales here. This is not. What do you do with the fish this big?
Just make a sled.
Start hacking
Can I
off
take a
bits
look?
and-
Am I able to draw a line of sight on everyone in the group?
In your party,
Nor.
um,
Yeah.
Nor is hiding behind a tree.
Love it.
Well,
I'm gonna say
Ace expects this by now.
Do you want to roll stealth to vanish from your party, Nor? Or are you, or what are you trying to do here?
Nor's just
Just
following. Yeah, just following her piggy nose. Yeah.
Okay.
Sticking up truffles too, like.
But yeah, imagine there's a bit of a sizable crowd just
Yeah.
standing around here, as you can imagine. Some people still in the docks, kicking their feet with their own little lines in the water.
Yeah, Nor's actually not very comfortable with large crowds or lots of attention or congratulations.
I'm
Good job, Nor.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the party really quickly. A moment, if you will. And I'm going to first whisper McGee message to Balthazar. We keep the head for our own. They're quite valuable. We could ask for help from the town, get some involvement from some of the betters. They keep a portion of the meat. It's prepared. Thoughts?
I'll also respond with whisper in kind. I agree with the head proposal. I do believe that most of the body of this fish would make for an excellent gift of charity to this town. In addition to, of course, taking a modest amount home for our village. There's more than enough to go around. We could even
Oh, this
take
is our
some
village.
Oh, this is our village.
Yeah,
you-
I thought this was the.
we're the Lake Town. We're Bilgadi.
Yeah, you
This
just
is,
you just rolled up to home. These guys,
These people showed up. They've been trading at our village, and we're like, "Sup?" Just
If
brought
you-
in a fucking whale.
Yeah, it becomes
I had
clear
mistaken that.
that
Yeah, so I'm trying to say, like, we could get a bunch of people from our village, like, stoked to help out. They help us carve this up for the party we're about to have. And by doing so, they get to bring a bunch of food home for their families. We can get this processed quicker. Everybody benefits. But we keep the head because that's money.
Well, then absolutely. And I feel like we should do something for the folks that brought us in. I'm sure that they haven't said it yet, but they would probably like to have a hand in the glory. And we're going to mitigate that, but we also need to throw them a bone. So perhaps we can give them maybe a double portion or give them some of the more valuable parts of fish as a thank you. Nothing major, but I think this is really great for us and really great for the village, and that we all stand to benefit from it. Now, Thowry, I feel like we should let him know that we're about to perhaps maybe have a cup of ale and a discussion over what becomes of the beast. Maybe we should invite him.
Yeah?
Have you seen Nor?
Let's communicate this to
so
I kind of like
so with that,
Yeah.
While you two had your little two-man huddle, Theoden and Riv kind of got like crowd nabbed while you guys did that, and were taken in, and they're getting bombarded with questions. We will go to that shortly. Nor you
Theoden.
Yes!
slipped. You
Riv,
became
yes.
one with the bush as the
Yes.
commotion started, and you've now become one with the tree, standing at the back of the group. What do you do back there? Are you just observing? Is there anything particular you'd like to do as Nor?
Nor is. The adventure is over. The fishing was a success. There are way too many people and too much hunger to deal with. So Nor's just kind of trying to distance themselves from everyone.
And it is a little easier to. I mean, there's obviously the attraction to distract from Nor, and the sun is getting low after all of those hours on the lake, using Theoden as bait and all of such things. that you
Flailing.
all did. Dragging this thing back in. Yeah. So sun's getting low. It's almost dusk. Crowd's getting heavy. Nor is just coping, from what I can tell.
Yep.
All right.
Or no.
Just-
Let me know if Nor does anything particular that you'd like to roleplay. In the meantime, Theoden and Riv, you've been scooped up by half drunk, half excited, half exhausted people from this town and the next town over, and they're asking you a million questions at once. What up? Did you kill that thing with your bare hands? Like,
Theoden just happily like takes it all in. Is like, yeah, we did it. Picks up Riff and like sets him on his shoulder.
roll me a con save.
Oh boy,
He's gonna pass out.
I hope not.
Now lift him up and just all the whatever has healed so far just
His
opens
arm
up
falls
again.
off.
Yeah, it just just
I see his-
falls out.
Okay. So you do it fine. You don't collapse or anything, but you feel this sharp pain in kind of like
In my
Everywhere.
back.
yeah, you're the left side of your upper back and kind of to the left of your sternum. Just this really sharp pain. You get through it.
Gave you the
It's whatever.
sedatives.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm just playing it up. This is the one that took it out. This is the one that did the killing blow. Stabbed it right in its eye.
Yeah, yep, we did. We did really good. And, I'm happy, and
Riv looks around for any of the younger people,
oh, there's definitely kids like up on shoulders.
and he's gonna hand
Look at the chat.
out the last 5
which Jack?
cookies.
The engine's open. It's pretty good.
Oh, you handed out your cookies, Riv?
Hey, he hands out his last 5 cookies.
Oh man.
What a
Yeah.
legend.
Kobolds are going to be more popular.
Theoden just playing it up. Those of you that want more of the story, come right to the bar. We got some free drinks for you.
Tell me they carry you to the bar.
So
Do they?
this would be a great time for me to describe what the actual setup of your town is.
What the actual fuck is happening now?
So let's talk about the Galley real quick. Before the game, y'all gave me a bunch of requests for how to set up the town. I accommodated many of them, and did some rolls to see how many of those goals you guys have actually achieved and how much are in the future. And also, how many of them I'm just like, no, I'm not dealing with that. So, let me run down what you guys have set up in this town thus far. Please come back to me, notes.
You don't need notes or consistency. Come on now.
I like my consistency, just like I like oolong tea. So let's go.
Okay.
It just rhymed. I was gonna keep rhyming, and I decided not to. It's distasteful. Where did? Is it over here? Yes.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Sorry, I had one hidden document from when I had to reboot everything up. So,
Nice.
I'm going to zoom out to kind of show an overview of the map here. Despite what some of the art on this map demonstrates, there are no watchtowers in this town. This building here, this is the little shrine that you all have built to the gods, +1.
Shift left click.
You have a stable up here where you keep kind of the general inner village livestock. You've got, some goats, chickens, 1 ox, things hanging out in there. This is your kind of dry docking ship house thing / general storage. And I'll say I did not end up making a combo style mead hall, general store, bakery, bar, and grill. But you all are wheeling and dealing and doing those professions basically out of your house with nice setups. Asa, you have a meeting hall. It's kind of smaller. It's not like a giant, glorious mead hall as of yet, as the resources you decided not to spend them there, but rather getting your town back on its feet. That means, you can still throw parties there, but a lot of those parties end up out in your streets, which is totally cool. You have a little distillery in the town for making your own mead and ale when you have supplies for that. An amateur blacksmith, and let's see. The kind of setup here, so Theoden, instead of being a general store owner, I'm going to say that's one of your aspirations. You're like an up-and-coming tradesman. So you know who has what, you know who needs what. And it's almost like you have this uncanny way of knowing what they need, even sometimes before they need it. Almost like you can read their minds as to what they're going to need in the near future. Riv, you do your baking. Again, you have like a nice bakery setup attached to your abode in the town. When there's awesome supplies, people will bring them in for you. Sometimes you make your magic cookies, sometimes you make the real cookies. Hardtack, pies, gruel, things like that. And Noor, I'm assuming that you would like to keep your truffle scavenging, your basically things of the wilds, hunting, getting truffles, getting mushrooms. That is all kosher. You get all that for sure. And then the other thing to keep in mind, about 1 day's walk towards the ocean, you guys have a dry dock for your couple seafaring ships for when you guys go out that way, whether you want to bring trade stuff around. So I know I just bombarded you with a bunch of tired GM talk of the town setup. But any questions or qualms or clarifications about the town setup?
After the second mention of the stable, I lost track of where the hell you were pinging. So I'm going around and just putting words where I think these buildings are that you're referencing to.
Oh yeah, I was doing that too, but I was like, oh, you got the bigger font already.
Yeah.
Well, I like it.
I've got it. Like, seems to make sense.
So yeah, that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
That sounds
good to
great.
me. Indeed.
Riv would have some chickens because for the eggs.
Yep,
Nice.
chickens are pretty plentiful. You guys have that. And then just to give you some other kind of background about Bagaldi at this point, you've obviously got some of the more prominent figures or more useful people living actually in the town. Thanes. I am not going to go down the list of all the different terminology right now, but people who are, more useful, more renowned, or they have businesses in the town that people come to them for. Besides that, you have, different people. They have their local little setups where they go fishing on the lake at different areas. There's a lot of hunters in your community. They go out, kill stuff. If they have excess, they'll bring it in for trading, especially on the time where you guys bring it over to the larger settlements. Maybe probably twice a year or something like that. And I lost track of what I was thinking about. Darn.
So we have important people inside. We have like the hunter rivrab.
Mm-hmm. In addition, you have some, I wouldn't call them major farms, but you have some plots that people have carved out here and there. people will come in and kind of ask to use / trade to use the town ox to help them plow little tiny gardens out. Maybe they might find some like fruit, like some raspberries or blueberries, try and plant them somewhere, some yams, potatoes, but no major like fields of grain. Oh yes, and no mill in the town because you don't have the grain to throw into it, and with the slow way that you guys are building, I don't think it's necessarily warranted yet to have such a production.
Okay.
Does that all sound good?
So we're all hand grinding our grinding our wheat then.
Yep. That or trading
Hence
horse.
my reaction
Yeah.
to Rib's cookies.
Mm-hmm. Hand grinding, or if you're feeling special during the trade season when you go to the major town, you can grab some goodies there. Cool. So, all that said, back to where we were having our commotion. It sounds like Theoden and Riv, you're basically like, let's head over to the mead hall and get our drink on, right? That was about where we were at.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Theoden needs a drink right now.
Sounds
yeah.
good. So you start toting about drinks, and Thari pipes up and turns around. We brought some barrels of our mead, and we brought some honey from the next town over that we'd be willing to trade.
Ooh.
Save you the trip. And it is well known that the other small village, yet farther, another skip from the ones visiting you, they have some nice setups where they can actually bring in honey.
Damn. What's that village called?
Apiaries.
They are the ones who supply the honey to all three of you guys to make your special meads.
But what are they called?
What are what called?
The village.
A honey village.
The third one? I don't know right now. Don't worry about it.
Honey village.
Honey Village. Dang it, I put it in my notes. I'll
Honey
go find
Town.
it. I'll go find it, you fellas.
Actually,
This is
what's
important.
what's funny is like that could be a name because
Could.
a lot of places started getting names after what they produced.
You know what? They're Honey Village now.
That's the nickname.
Maybe colloquially. Yeah.
It's Honey Village now. We're Bill Galdi. They're Honey Village.
Honeyside.
Honeyside. I like that.
Honeyside?
Honeyside.
Oh,
Honeyside.
sure. You guys can call him on the side.
It just
Dude.
rolls off the tongue.
DM just collapses. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Honey side.
Okay.
Great.
Honeyside. Nice. I like that.
Fast
I
forwarding.
would definitely be interested in a jar of that honey if that's available.
Yeah, they brought a couple like barrels of honey.
Yeah.
Good.
And the hype that Theoden and Riv just produced, they've kind of forgot about Asa and Balthazar, who were talking on the beach about their plans, and it's party time.
Theoden wasn't in that conversation. He got swept up in the crowd, so he didn't hear any of it.
Yeah, you guys are going to the mead hall. The town is also trying to drag this fish that way. They've already started pulling it up, so it's just gonna kind of slowly make its way over to the storehouse.
Nice.
Awesome.
Where some folks are already starting to carve on it. You know, you're a town of fishermen; they know what to start doing here.
Yeah.
Gilmy
I'd
is
let
going
you,
with the party.
Of course. I'd let you take care of mentioning that the people who brought us on the ships, like, they can get on this, take an extra share.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Whenever seems to be a good opportunity to do that, I'd like to get in on that. But before Thari gets pulled away, am I able to get some type of like small jar of honey from him? Like I would like to at least ask him for something small that has honey if he has it on his person before he gets sucked into the party.
Okay, so Thari he's honed in on it, but he is close to you guys. He's walking away from you towards the party. How are you dealing with this?
Thari, a moment, please. Just before you run off and have fun.
He doesn't turn around, but he tilts his head back, slows his jot.
Toss me a jar of honey, as I have like a gold coin in my hand, ready to toss it to him.
He gives you a smirk. We brought barrels.
I know. I need some right now. The barrels are large.
Be our honey, bitch.
I don't carry barrels of jars of honey on me, Balthazar. We carried barrels of honey into town.
You don't?
Do you? He turns around
No.
squarely.
That's why I've got the gold in my hand.
What, you just don't have empty jars on you?
Sometimes I do, but that's a different conversation.
Let someone back as quick as you can with a mug of honey.
Yes. Gold piece to anyone who can bring me a jar of that honey. I'm just turning to the
first
crowd.
person who brings the jar of honey.
The first person.
Okay.
I give you a slap on the back. What are you up to?
You two, you each roll me performance,
I have a purpose.
and it's disadvantage. Your lowest one of you two is who's gonna get picked. People are all excited about drinking and shit, and you're like, someone bring me a cup of honey right now, please.
Oh man.
Please.
Alrighty.
Isa.
Both,
okay.
let me turn on.
Balthazar got a 15 performance. And Asa got 11. 11 is not going to cut it, folks. He looks at you guys, just shakes his head, and gives you a weird look.
I don't blame him.
Honey's that way. Drinkable honey. And he just turns around, shoulders you, like cold shoulders you, and just go into the party.
Yeah.
And if you address him, he just...
Nah.
hands at you.
Fine.
And yeah.
Can I run and get a cup of that real quick?
So you...
I have a noble purpose.
Didn't expect that, did ya?
I'm not saying you can't try to do this. What I am going to explain is they dropped the 2 barrels of honey at the front of the mead hall where they knew you were going to trade for it. The riffraff is all heading that way, and Balthazar is going to perch himself next to his pile of goods that they had over here.
Nice. Well played.
The riffraff is heading, some of them into this little mead hall, some of them are going home and bringing goodies out to this thing. Others are, still helping with the fish. And so Balthazar, your prerogative is to, as soon as you get a chance to cut through the crowd to get to Thari, where he's leaning on his 2 barrels of honey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to get something to possibly bring Nor home with. I'm worried about Nor. My character's worried about Nor. I'm like, he likes honey, right? Like, maybe I can find him with some honey. But yes.
Okay. So yeah, let's do a quick Balthazar negotiation thing. So you roll up on Thari, cut through the crowd. There's chaos around. It's so loud that probably no one else can hear you guys unless they're right there. There's already people jumping into excited contests. Some people like wrestling in the dirt over here. Other people gambling already. Someone says, I'm going to go home and grab a big rope. So
That sounds like fun.
what's your strategy?
I'm going to firmly but gently, put down 1 silver piece on the desk on the market stand where this honey is, and ask for a cup of their good honey. Give me a cup of your good honey, please. Put that silver down there and just give him a good, handsome-looking smirk.
Roll me either just a charisma or a persuasion, just to see how smooth you're being right now.
Yeah, because I'm not being very smooth right now. I'm a little tired.
Yep. So that's not with disadvantage. So 21, you're being pretty smiley, pretty charming, right? You know, Balthazar, that I'm here for the goodies that I can't really get at home. Now, silver for a cup, that's not a great deal. And you folks have things that we might want. Some berries. You know, we don't get the blueberries, salmon berries that you guys get around here. And seeing as you got 2 huge knucklehead trouts just today, that second one doesn't really matter that much to you. After you fell, you've caught that gigantic one. We helped haul it out. I mean, what was the other 20-pounder that was laying next to it?
I think 20 is a bit of an understatement, but I see where you're going here. And I tell you what, I'll give you 20 pounds of that fish, minus the head. Oh, without the head. And,
He instantly just face that he gives you just.
Gotta love those fish heads. Roly-poly fish
Roly
heads.
poly fish heads.
I think you could, you guys could sweeten the deal. Why don't you go talk to Asa and see what she wants to trade?
over a cup of honey? Ah, come on.
I don't want to crack these barrels open for no reason.
They're gonna be cracked open soon.
He gives you a look.
The question is, do you want to fudge your fingers at the last moment in front of all those people struggling to get it open? Or you just never know what happens. It could get pretty wild in there.
He gives you kind of like he's gonna actually try and intimidate you. Like, don't touch my damn barrels.
It would be a shame if a crowd opened your
Oh,
barrels.
yeah, exactly. He's like, he squares up and puffs his chest out a bit.
Well, let's see what he rolls.
Yeah, let me do that here. Not high enough. It's obviously him. He's more afraid that you're going to break his stuff than anything.
I just want honey.
How about this?
Look, buddy, let me level with you. One of my adventurers that really helped us bring down this beast is out in the wilderness somewhere. I even think that they're a little scared with this big crowd and everything. I'm just trying to get a little bit of honey to hopefully coax them out of hiding so I can make sure they're okay. And if you want to stand in the way of me and the safety of my comrades who help feed this village, and to bring life and sustenance to your families, then fine by me. I'll go somewhere else. I'll find something else. And I kind of like take my silver and I walk away.
You hear him just turn around, turn one of the barrels. You can hear it just shuffle, right? And cracks it open. Pulls out his little mead horn. It's not mead, it's literally honey. Just pure honey. Berry honey. And fills it up. Plugs, I don't know how he would plug it, but he plugs it. And
Don't you essentially, stick, like, if it had a bung hole, stick something, like literally a tap in a bung hole?
Yeah, he could tap it, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So he does that. And you hear him do the big, long, loud sigh. Just, do you stop automatically, or do you wait for him to reach out? Like, you know what he's doing. You can hear what he's doing behind you.
I'll give him like one more step and then I'll stop.
To deals later. And he just reached the cup out.
Thank you. I take the cup in one hand and, gently place the silver in his other. And,
He waits. Nope. I don't want the silver. This is just part of the deal for later. Sweeten the deal. if you know what I mean.
Ooh.
All right, we'll talk. Deal.
He gives you a nod and grumbles and hides his barrels.
All right. So I don't want to take away from anyone else's opportunity to roleplay, but I would end that kind of yelling off into the bushes. Nor, I've got some honey. Are you okay, buddy?
Okay. That is what Balthazar is doing, wandering around, looking for Nor.
In the bushes.
Asa. Balthazar sprinted off, cutting through the crowd as they ran off. What are you up to during all that? Are you trying to catch up with Balthazar, or are you just trying to get into the tumult of this event? You're muted. Can't hear you.
Yep.
Is the red light on your mic? Can't hear you.
Nope.
Switch your audio input in Discord, maybe. Make sure it's set up to Yeti. While you're figuring that out, I'm going to shift over to Riv and Theoden. Riv, Theoden, you guys got dragged into this hall. Meat casts were already open and cracked. Oh, now we
Hey, we got him.
We'll pay back to you in a moment. People are just handing you drinks, and hunks of meat from the fish, just raw fish meat.
Let's see.
How do you guys deal with that? Start with Theoden. Are you just you take every drink handed to you? Are you holding the one and being like, no, I'm good? How are you handling this?
I'm gonna roll a d20. Higher
Put on your body.
How is this fame and peer pressure affecting you?
Lower than a 20, he's taking every drink and drinking it. Higher
Let us
or
put this liquid in
lower
our
than a 10.
bodies.
That's higher than 20.
Lower than a 10, he's taking any drink. Higher
luck.
than a 10.
You're getting
yeah.
smashed.
Looks like
Yup.
you're gonna take a whiskey drink, a vodka
Yup.
drink.
We're mixing our poisons
That
tonight.
is a 7.
Rip.
Okay.
He's downing every drink.
Needs,
A couple of them, he is kind of smearing it into his wounds.
he needs it for the antibodies.
Yup.
Okay.
By
And
the way,
he's
when
good for
Asa
food.
sees you later tonight to tend to your wounds, she's gonna be so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Yup.
Riv,
That's funny.
same treatment.
Riv is
you're
drinking every single drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Riv, who's effectively almost an accessory to you and Theoden are one thing right now. The ones who took that's what the rumor has now turned into is you guys killed the fish, and you guys are the heroes of the town, and
Do
They're
they
shipping
even
you.
have do they have a ship name? Like Theoriv?
Riordan, Riveton, Theorib.
Riveting.
Rivden.
Theriv. I don't know. You guys can come up with a ship name if you'd like. Asa, what were you going to do?
Okay, I'd be taking a quick glance around pretty early on to see what happened to Nor. Did they just go back into the woods?
Okay, so you're gonna try and track Nor.
No.
Okay, what's your approach here?
My approach would be way okay, are they gone? They're gone. They're gone.
So
I'll oversee this fishing process.
So you look around, you don't see Nor, shrug, and you go over to the fishing
Yeah.
carving project. The folks working on it, Asa, don't worry about it. We'll cut this up for you. It's fine. You can tell some of them just want a little bigger share of the fish for sure. Not that they're gonna steal it, but I carved up this part. Give me more fish. It's common practice around your village.
Yeah, folks there, the people who typically take care of this, I could be like, all right, they'll take care of it.
They got it. Unless somebody starts killing them and takes the fish, but
We'll cross that bridge if it becomes a bridge. I'm just gonna nod, thank him. In that case, now I'm gonna try and track Nor.
okay. How do you do that?
That's a good question. Yomi's gone. I'm not a ranger. I would, let's see here. I would start with the last place that I had seen Nor, so kind of off towards the bushes.
You last saw Nor here.
Yeah. So I'd start there, and then I'd just try and go from any potential sketchy-looking tracks from there. Nor, I imagine.
Okay.
Do you have claws on your feet? What do they wear?
Nor has human feet.
Okay, so you don't wear shoes.
Wrappings, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, probably some leather wrappings or some fur wrappings or hemp or something plant-based wrappings.
Yeah, any type of like path or tracks clearly off the beaten trail that might point me in a direction.
So
Does
here's
that
my
make sense?
question to Nor. With your, you kind of did the uneasy back to the tree thing. From there, when you started scampering off, were you trying to be stealthy and untrackable, or were you just kind of going?
They were getting away from the crowd as quickly and quietly as possible, just not to garner attention.
So,
Enough.
quick and quiet sounds like maybe a disadvantage stealth.
Yeah, that works. Disadvantage. 15's not
Wow.
bad.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Not even trying, just naturally
Just melts
sneaky
into the
snakes.
bushes.
Yeah.
Makes
Asa,
sense.
you're trying to find the tracks of
Good luck.
the local Sam Squanch, basically, right now. That is a survival to try and track down Nor. You don't get advantage.
No.
You don't find her trail. You basically you get to the tree, and then it's just
Yeah, this
like
has
a
probably
ghost.
happened a few times. I'm just like, how did they do that?
This is normal Nor mode.
Yeah, this is normal Nor mode. Well, I'm gonna be a little like, well, darn. They mentioned that they wanted to cut up a fish. Well, there's always the next time. And with that, I'm gonna head back to check in on Theoden, the party, and make sure things are going relatively smoothly there.
all right. You start cutting your way through town, and make your way to the. Whoop! That was the storehouse. It's gone now. I don't know where it was, but it's moved there now. Asa
Close
makes
enough.
it over here. Nor, up to you. Do we cut to you, or do we leave you a mystery?
Let's leave it a mystery.
All right.
I
smell
don't
the
I don't
honey.
mind sitting here just biding my
Ghosting.
time.
It's just being a ghost. Okay. So Asa, you're coming over to the party. I will pan to you shortly. We're gonna do a quick pan to Balthazar. You've got your cup, your meat horn of raw honey, and you're like dog hauling Nor with it, from what I can tell. Is that your strategy?
Not dog calling.
You're not going,
I
Nor,
recognize.
I got honey!
Kinda
I'm definitely
dog-calling.
calling out for Nor, but I'm calling out to him as an equal.
Okay.
Just
That look like
Yeah, where are you walking?
Absolutely. We're
Yeah.
equal.
And where are you walking, and what's your approach here?
so I've got the honey because based on my understanding of this Nor, which is limited by definition, they seem to be someone who's really in tune with nature and possibly liking these types of things. And I just have this sinking feeling like I bet Nor loves honey because it's one of nature's most pure forms of nourishment and has a lot of medicinal and spiritual properties to it, and it's made from berries. So I'm just like, you know what, shot in the dark, I bet Nor likes honey. And so I don't know if you've ever seen, guys have seen, but like imagine John Travolta in Pulp Fiction when he's got his hand half in his back pocket and he's kind of got his like chin out and he's just like looking around like that's me, but with a cup of honey in my hand instead of an empty hand. And I'm just like, Nor, buddy, Nor, you still out there? It looks like the crowd's gone. If you're hungry, I got some honey for you, buddy. You still around here, man? Kind of like wandering around the bushes where I last saw him. So that's kind of what I'm doing at this point in time.
So you kind of went through the main square, and you're just like following the coast bushes. Does that sound about right?
I think that sounds about right. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay. So, whoa. That's kind of your progression. Nor, up to you if you perceive that or anything, or go for it, what you do. If anything.
Cold. That's all I have to say. You are cold.
You feel the evening breeze, and this far away, that's all you hear. Rustling the bushes is the breeze itself.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay. So while you're over there, let's zoom in on this party. It's gotten pretty big at this point. There's at least 50 people with everyone running around. It's like constantly 50 people going up, sometimes more, sometimes less. Again, there's contests of strength and dexterity and things going around. People are getting pretty rowdy out in the streets. Pretty sure you hear stuff breaking in the meat hall as you arrive, Asa. And there's a pretty thick crowd. What's that?
You're gonna have filled it with Vosses. That was the worst idea.
Not the antique store.
Why did I make my antique store my meat hall?
Yeah.
That was silly.
So are you trying to get to Theoden and Riv?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that hard to get through once people recognize you. You just have to get them to look at you. You get through to them. And yeah, they are up on top of some of the tables, and people are just slinging like cups and horns of ale and food at them. And what are you, Riv and Theoden, how are you guys handling all this attention? I'm not having you roll con save yet, but you are all drowning yourselves in mead.
Riv has one glass old tankard, and it's hooked on empty now on one of his horns, and he is kind of just dancing on the table and singing very annoyingly to a degree.
Perfect. Theoden?
I bet it sounds great.
Theoden has one of his axes out and is trying to like throw it in like make some of the mead horns like stick into the wall, like it kind of get like cleaved in half, and then like calls it back and just catching another one, drinking them.
All right, roll me 3 attacks.
All right.
Tonight's session's called Theoden fucking kills a man.
And it's the thrown attacks. I think it's the same attack roll, but
yeah, it is.
Roll me 3 throws. So 17 on the first one,
Really
12
worried.
on the second one, and 24 on the third. So your first one solidly hits the drinking horn, cuts it in half, sticks into one of the beams holding up this building. You call your thing back. Cheers. The second one, what's up? Oh, you're just doing the cheer?
Yeah.
People raising more cups. Some guy like downs his, throws it up without warning you. You're like, yeah. And you hit it in the air. It just like ricochets and goes flying. Your axe ricochets, it goes flying. You call it back before it hits somebody, and then everybody's like, whoa, yeah. They're just like, yeah, I got it. And then one person does a perfect like toss, and their cup still had a bit of meat in it, and you throw your axe in a way where it sticks and holds the meat cup to the pillar with the meat still in it. It rattles as it sticks to the wall.
He's working the crowd.
And more cups come your way, filled with So
Yep.
when we pan
Drink
back
'em.
to you, you'll both be rolling con saves. Asa.
Yep.
You came in to see that.
I'd probably give a cheer with that. Like, yeah.
Okay.
I'd slowly be pushing my way through the crowd, just kind of generally checking over, making sure people aren't getting too. By too rowdy, I mean like dead.
Yeah. No, there's minor, bruising and blood,
Of course.
little
No,
cuts, but no one's
That's
dying.
fine. That's
at this
perfectly
point.
fine.
No one's dying. Yilmi. Little Yilmi. 18. Yilmi knows how to pace herself.
Amazing.
Girl.
For now. But yeah, Yilmi has crawled into a couple tankards, taken some sips, and flown around the rafters, spreading more rumors and glory.
Great.
And so you're standing there, making sure everything's fine.
Yeah.
And let me pull up this guy's name here.
Eventually, I would make my way to Theoden, just to check on the wounds, see how he's doing. He's standing, so that's a step in the right direction.
I'll say
his wounds are perfectly sterile.
yeah, very sterile and sticky.
That's what sterile means, right?
Sticky is good.
It's like when you pull off medical tape and not the paper kind. Oh, or if it gets caught in the sun.
So Asa, you're making your way towards the table, and Elred, he's a kind of the stable keeper for your town. He makes pretty good money. He's a little more nicely dressed than a lot of the other folk around the town. I'll put his name in the chat here because you all like that.
Thank you.
Arlet. But yeah, just for visualization's sake, he's got you can tell his either he cuts his own hair very assiduously, or he has someone do it for him. It's like very intricately cropped brown hair and hazel eyes, and he likes to wear a very prominent symbol to Odin on his chest, just like polishes that little Odin amulet that he keeps. And he comes up to you, Asa. Asa!
What is it, Aldred?
I didn't steal it or anything. I'm no thief, so I let it loose. Just to say that right off the bat. I'm not going to be accused of anything.
What is it?
There was a strange goat got into the stables. I'd never seen it before. I don't know if it came with the tradespeople or what. I let it out. I don't want to be called a thief. I want to make sure that you don't get called a thief. It's not mine. Might be sick.
Do you mean by a strange goat?
Like a literal goat. But it was it smelled awful. Like rotting flesh or something. It just smelled sick. It smelled really sick. And it was really aggressive. Like, it was bashing into the other goats. It was bashing into the gate. I have no idea how it got in there. So I let it go. But in case it's like Theronstown's goat, you might want to deal with that. I don't... Just... we didn't steal it. It's loose in the town now.
Joy. I'll talk to Thari.
and just pats you on the back real hard.
And I look at Theoden. He's still standing. I let out a big sigh. I'm gonna redirect it.
And he turns to walk away, and then he spins on his heel. Hey, Seth! It's loud in here, so he's shouting out.
Yeah. What is it, Alred?
Hold on, I forgot their name again.
Dari?
No, what is your seer's name?
Kalzana.
Calzana.
I'm just gonna write it down.
Elzoni.
I remember their
Calzone.
first name.
Calzone.
Anyways, have you seen Calzana? I was gonna go ask him some questions this morning. I didn't see him.
He isn't in his quarters.
They are. They didn't answer. I don't think anybody's seen him all day.
Thank you. I can tend to this soon.
So that's no. You haven't.
No.
We
I've
assumed
been on the water for the better half of the day.
Yeah, we thought he was out there with you, and pretty surprised. Did something happen on the boat?
No, he wasn't out there with us.
He gives you this look like, and he gets a little close. He steps back close.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys kill him?
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna take a moment. It seems like you had. I didn't think you were already drinking. No, why would I kill my own seer?
And
I haven't seen him since last night.
And now that it's close, you can see the shine in their eyes.
Yeah.
They have been drinking.
Yeah. And first you come in here bother me about a sick goat, and now you're thinking I'm killing my seer. Get.
People been killed over goats, and he just
I appreciate it.
hands up and
I know your part in this.
makes his way.
Don't worry about it. I'll follow up with Thari. Go have some fun, Aldred. You've done your part.
And he does just that. Theoden, Riv, con saves.
There we go.
You've only been drinking like 30 minutes, but
Yep.
it's been a lot.
30 minutes is a lot of time. To
You
pass.
guys are holding it right now.
15 for me.
Congratulations. You guys don't even feel that drunk. Just jolly. It's really good vibes in here.
Oh no,
You're doing
All that
awesome
adrenaline.
feats.
that's the
You-
that's the dangerous
That's
level.
the
of
bad
drunk.
one.
You guys have that like, wow! You just jumped into party mode instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh,
Top
Riv
of the
now
world
has
drunk.
his short bow out and is firing at glasses.
Why?
Awesome.
All right. So are you shooting ones people toss, or ones in people's hands, or ones that are placed places?
Oh, once that people toss.
Okay. So, when Theoden was, he did his thing, right? He got his glory, and some little kid made his way in there. He's like 10 years old. He's like, "Can you do that?" Just
Oh,
snuck
yeah,
his way up there,
yeah, of course I can. Rivs can do anything.
and
oh yeah.
you could see he wiped some of the crumb of one of the cookies you gave him earlier, and grabs
Wipes it
one
from
of
his
the
beard.
Not his beard. The Vikings, they beard young like dwarves. They've been interbreeding with the dwarves. No, so he grabs one of the horn cups off of the ground, and he throws it as high as he can. It gets like 10 feet up.
All right, and bonus action, steady aim, and then fire.
Go for it.
Nice.
Nice.
17. Oh yeah.
No
you-
crit fails today.
Nope. You hit
Yeah.
that cup, and
Nervous laughter.
dead center, pierce through one side of it, hit the wall, it falls down. But dead aim shot that thing. And his eyes just light up, and I think you've just become his hero. At least that's probably
Aw.
what's going through
Aw.
Riv's head as he's drinking during this party.
Theoden just claps loudly. Yeah.
What's Pan? to Balthazari. And of course, Nor, feel free to pipe up whenever, if ever you'd like.
Okay.
Balthazar, you're in the cold, windy bushes. You can hear the echoes of party across the square. You can hear the carving of fish. And the lake is quiet.
I was muted. So, it kind of seems like Nor has retired to their devices. Doesn't really seem like Nor wants to be found, which is okay. I respect their boundaries and their space. I am still a little concerned, but not for Nor's safety. Just I want Nor to feel like a valued member of the team. So I'm just gonna kind of shuffle back with my cup of honey. I don't really know what to do with it. I'm still holding on to it, kind of oddly so. And I probably can't draw a bead on the large fish from here. I'm not even gonna worry.
No,
I'm not even gonna worry about the fish.
Okay.
At this point, I'm just like, you know what? They're gonna go at it. They're gonna cut it up. I might just be there to say a couple words and say, oh, Chris and the fish. But you know what? We didn't expect to bring in such a haul anyways. So
roll me a fate 20 real quick.
Let's see.
Smelly goat.
Ooh, a 3.
Okay. Yep. You are looking for Nor and you don't see anything. Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I meander my way towards probably towards the party, towards the mead hall? I think at this point in time, I've just accepted if Nor wants to be found, they'll be found. But if they don't, they don't.
Okay. Is it Balthazar's style to kind of cut through the squeezy spots between the buildings, or would you go back around down this way? There.
I'd snake through some buildings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you squeeze through. And what's your passive? No?
Not good.
What's your passive? No.
Okay. That's fine. And yeah, you'll get to hear. And it's a loud party and all that. Okay.
Yeah, my wisdom is 11.
Good to know. One more chance, Nor, if you want to do anything, let me know. Anything?
Not in this area.
Okay. Now, what I'd like to do, because I did some interesting rolls in the background here, are you fine with us panning to where Nor really is?
Sure.
Okay. Where is Nor really? That is the question. Because I don't see them on the map anywheres. Because I think you probably deleted her off the map, right?
Nope.
Nope, she's hiding.
Just
I found her.
blend again.
I
Yeah.
done found her.
I'm such a good stealth check. It just the GM couldn't find.
Got that natural camo.
Look at Nor over there.
Just hang out.
So Nor, in a nice, safe, tucked away edge of the town, they can keep an eye on the commotion without anyone keeping an eye on them. Nor, what's your passive?
It is 12. Well, let me double check. Yep, 12.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be not noticed by you neither. So here's where we will pan back to. Asa, Oh yeah, Nora, did you want to do anything? Sorry, or do you want to keep chilling?
Just hiding and laying in wait.
Okay. So Asa, the party's going.
That's
Asa, party's going. Theoden and Riv seem to be having a good time. They seem to be fine right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you mingling? Are you trying to coordinate anything? What are you doing exactly?
I'm gonna go find Thari to figure out what the hell might be going on with this goat, just to tie that up, right? Get him invited in, get those communications going.
Mm-hmm.
And Hellgoat came in. What the hell, Thari?
Why does it smell like brimstone? The
So Asa, you come out and you're looking for Thari. And you know there's people out here mingling, being loud. Again, a few wrestling matches wrapping up, some cheering, people like throwing their meat on the wrestlers, laughing at them.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
And what's your passive?
9.
Great, I like this.
We're really good at this, guys.
Yep.
Doing great.
The one thing you do notice is, let me grab their name here. That's the wrong sheet. There we go. How do you say? Arnorn. Yep, can put that in chat.
Thank you.
So Arnorn, he is kind of one of the families you haven't seen in town for a while. They were, kind of hunter-gatherers, tried to do fishing, berry picking, kind of thing like that. They don't have a plot. And you see them kind of trying to grab people's attention, tugging on them, waving something, somewhat glistening in the dusk light as it passes. And they're, just trying to get attention, trying to get someone to help them or something, and they just keep getting shrugged off, laughed at, shunned.
Okay. Well, I haven't found Thari at this point. I might as well start here. I haven't seen them for some time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll approach. Let's see here. I will approach Arnorn.
Yep. So, you approach Arnorn, and he looks a lot more run down than you had seen him last. Last time you'd seen him, it's probably been a couple of years since he's even come into town, had any reason to. He had, this vitality that is just missing.
Yeah.
He, he's a wood elf, but he's a lot more gaunt than most wood elves should be. His golden hair's lost its luster, and his clothes are just totally worn and haggard, dirty. Go ahead and roll me a investigation or perception if you're trying to get any more details before talking to him. If not, you can just go ahead and commence conversation.
Oh, absolutely gonna roll a, let's see here. Let's just do an investigation. Did that roll? No. Did this roll? Yeah, nah.
Beautiful one. I love it. So
Not natural.
Arnon sees you, and there's this exhausted, almost like last-ditch effort of hope. And he's been waving around this kind of frosted bottle with a leather-tied cap. Not actual frost, but like frosted glass-looking bottle.
Yeah.
And he falls down to his knees, looking up at you, pleading with this. Please, Asa.
Arnorn. And I'm gonna go to him. Crouch down. You're here, you're safe. What is it?
I just need to sell this. It's a healing draft. We've held on to it for a long time. 5 gold. That's all I need to do. Just please. That's all I need.
I haven't seen you in years. What? Why now? What's happened to you? Your family?
And he looks shook for a minute. His eyes go distant, and then he looks back, and kind of out of these bushes comes
Uh-huh.
a couple little kids dragging a a haggard like little wagon wheelbarrow thing that they had put together out of just random crap.
Impressive.
And it's got some stuff strapped to it and ropes, and he gestures for them to come over. We're leaving, Bagaldi.
What? Why? What happened?
We have not been faring well out in these lands. The cold, the sparse resources, we're starving out here. And
We
he,
know
he,
that.
he looks super choked up. What were you
You
gonna
and
say?
you and your ilk have looked after the borders of our lands for years. You've done good by us. I want to repay you and your family. I owe you at least that much, and I'm sad to hear that you want to go.
Just. He holds the potion up. Do you have 5 gold?
Gonna look him straight in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You're starving. We have food. We've brought in a great catch. Perhaps you can stay long enough for a meal. I owe it to you and your family. We can talk about what's been happening for all of you. There are other merchants, and we can talk about any deals then. Are you in not much of a rush? As you would turn down free food.
He's looking at you, and then the tears he was trying to choke back just start flowing, and he's trying to hold back sobs. He's trembling a bit, and it's like, it's too late. It's too
I'm
late.
gonna be rolling a some form of comfort check. Just
There, pat check.
yeah, literally there,
Yeah.
the 2 pats.
Yeah, just roll a charisma.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes. I'm getting myself teared up to try and get in character. Let's go, roll it. Damn.
22.
So yeah,
Here's the thing. I'm a
you
half elf.
you come
I know this
down,
family.
and are you just like embracing this guy, or like how are you handling this with a 22?
I'll pull him in close. Like
So you come down, you embrace him, and then he just bursts into tears, sobbing. Just, Isla's dead. She starved to death last winter, and just sobbing in your arms. And it comes to you, his wife isn't here, and just sobbing in your arms. His cries are drowned out by the party that's happening around you. But you can tell this guy living out in the fringes has not fared well. And his kids, barely enough energy to move that cart.
okay.
But yeah, he just lets go and sobs in your arms for a while, as long as you'll hold him.
I'm gonna
That
be
is
holding him telepathically to Yomi. Get some scraps of food. Bring them.
What's your range
can-
on that? Oh, you're close enough. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm right outside the meat hall, right?
Yeah, you're good. Balthazar, you roll up, and there's a splitting in the crowd, and you can clearly see Asa embracing this guy who's just sobbing in the square, and a couple little urchins holding his cart.
Oh,
They haven't noticed you because they're having a moment.
gonna found a nice spot to set my cup of honey down on the cart.
Okay, so you walk up to the kid's car.
Add more weight to it.
Balthazar.
You said,
Jesus
here,
Christ.
honey. Here, honey.
I want to do it sneakily though.
Okay, sleight of hand.
By the rider's pale mount. Balthazar.
Sneak your honey cup onto there. Go for it. Damn.
Oh, shit.
Natural
Nice.
20, 24.
It's a natural 20.
This is unnecessary.
Your cup blends into the cart, the little wagon thing that they had scrapped together. Okay, that happened. And what else do you do, Balthazar? Anything, or you just drop that and just leave?
Turn into Santa Claus. That's definitely-
I'm gonna see that scene. I'm just gonna like take a hard turn like left. It's like whoa, just go left.
Cuts around all
I'd
that.
be missing no parties.
Just
Right around it.
goes around. Hey, talks to this guy, talks to that guy.
Hey kiddo, it's been a while. Ruffles their hair, goes inside.
Beautiful. Theoden, Riv,
Yes.
the party has not stopped inside. And you can hear internally the glushing of all of the liquids you guys have been drinking. Like, it's a lot. Con saves again.
It's probably just filled up like a water balloon.
I got
Whoa.
it. 18.
13.
Riv at the 18. Riv's feeling it. The hype train's getting hypier for Riv. He's been in there sharpshooting and like doing a sharpshooting drinking game, which has been awesome. Theoden, you're starting to feel a little wobbly. And you're slurring your words a lot more than you were about 5 minutes ago. But you're still talking.
You still talk good.
I just slow down a little bit.
I'm home. You go, officer.
Yeah. Are you still gonna be dancing on the tables?
No.
Okay. So what's your move when you start feeling it? It hasn't hit, but you start feeling it. Time
See it and
slowing
start
down.
Dripping.
Going to the bar, finding one of the stools, and just kind of like sitting there. Maybe grab a tankard of water.
Okay.
Oh, it's far too late for that, my friend.
So you roll me a acrobatics check real quick. Just
Oh,
see
boy.
how smooth this is.
Oh, you find the bar
Nope.
counter.
There you go.
Nope.
So you were on the table, and you're like, "There's the bar with the water," and you hone in on it, right? Get that tunnel vision.
No.
Got to get to the bar with the water,
Oh, no.
and you just like balance walk off the table, kind of land, kind of like fall to a knee and an arm, get up, and basically stumble your way through everything between you and that. But you're standing by the time you get there. And
My wounds open back up, and I'm just bleeding.
yeah, I mean, the good thing is that fish didn't like rend you, Lynn. That you were
Yeah.
more crushed than anything. But you do have, you're roughed up and bleeding. And yeah, there's one of the barrels filled with water, and you can scoop cup after cup of water and try and force that on top of your already filled stomach.
No, just one tankard, and just sit there at the stool and just like drink it slowly.
Okay, so you go for that. Riv thankfully has most people's attention right now. Riv.
Yes.
Yeah, Riv is gonna stand up tall and be like, I'll be back in a little bit. I gotta go poop.
And when you, I'm assuming you hop off the table, right?
Yeah.
When you do that, one of the people from the next town over, let me grab their name here. Who would this be? Ridga. I'm not going to try to say that last name right now. I'm going to put it in chat, though. Oh my gosh. Anybody got that one?
And Kefkador.
No thanks.
Afnif
No.
Tadort. Something like that. Anyways, Ridka. Ridka hops up on the table, flashing her coppery, beautiful hair, and pulls out a couple knives and is now cheering people on. 3 gold says I don't miss a single mug. And the party shifts to her attention a bit.
Nice.
Nice save.
Riv, you sneak out. Where are you going? Are you actually going to go take a shit? Because you can.
Oh, no. Riv is just going to find a place to try to get some of this liquid out of his belly.
There you go. Common culture in the town. If you are going to relieve yourself, the conveniently right behind the meat hall stable is where most people go to do so. Just throw their excrement with the animal excrement. Do you go for that, or are you just going into a bush right by the meat hall? What's your plan there?
You know what? Riv will go to where he's supposed to go.
All right.
He has learned a little about civilization, so.
Great.
Wow, that's great.
Wow.
Riv, you come out. Aza, you guys are down low. Riv, you're down low too. Through a lot of these very, very tall people's legs, you glimpse Asa out there, still holding this sobbing, gaunt, starved wood elf man. Do you do anything there? Or do you let them have their moment?
Actually, Riv is going to start walking over, seeing this scene, and he's just going to be like, "Oh, people are crying, and Riv just starts crying.
Just empathizing immediately with them. Do you try to join in the huddle, or do you just cry
yeah.
from the
He's
outside?
It's just kind of like open an arm.
Riv gets in on this. And the...
You're far too good for this group.
Riv, the good aligned compass for the party. Riv joins in the sob party. The little kids still standing over here have no idea what to do. They're just starving. And,
Yells more insistently at Yomi.
she comes out, hiccuping. And, she's got
food scraps.
Yeah, she's got food scraps. There's some hunks of dried fish, salted fish. She's got some fresh fish. She's got some berries, and she's got mead. That's what took her so long. She's flying with all of that.
Aww.
In a
Way
sack.
down.
She's just kind of sacked it up and like, whoa!
Why are we being sad?
And just
And she's gonna try and do some aerial maneuvers here in your huddle pile.
WAC 130.
Let me see here. How good is his? Oh no!
Oh,
Intoxicated.
Yomi rolled a natural 1 to do some aerial maneuvers with her knapsack full of goodies, including meat, and dive bombs right into the huddle. Just
Sounds
Riv's
like
going
very
to try to
smoothie.
do his best version of like Spider-Man trying to catch everything.
go for it with your just holding on to your drunk levelness. Please do roll me your sleight of hand to grab these things. I imagine it's all in slow motion too. Like,
hold on one second, because I gotta. Yep, it's already got it. All right, cool.
Pretty great.
20.
Oh, it's 14.
Oh, it's 14.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Which of the items are you trying to grab? There's the mead, there's the fresh meat, there's the dried fish, there's the salted fish, there's berries and things. What are you prioritizing first?
mead, and any of the fresh food.
Okay, mead, fish, and fruit. So you get the mead, and now you have to choose. Are you getting the raw fish or are you getting the fruit?
Fruit.
All right,
People like fruit better.
there we go. So you grab the mead and the fruit, like you grab those, and the rest goes splat into the mud. And Yomi just starts yammering excitedly. I brought it. Can I go back to the party? I brought it to the food. Can I go back to the party? You got it? You got it? Go back to the party.
Give her just a kind of a faint nod and like, yeah, you can go. Thank you.
Cool. And yeah, she goes in and is going to start probably messing with Theoden, honestly.
Yeah.
Balthazar, anything in particular you're trying to do with this party at the moment? Any competition you're trying to get in on? You trying to... Are you going in the meat hall, or are you still kind of just looking around for hustles? Or Nor?
Has the scene changed from what you described it earlier as? Or is that pretty much what I'm walking into?
Right now, it is that woman up on the table throwing knives at cups. Theoden is in the back. I don't even know if you catch him through the crowd. But yeah, people are just partying inside. So you peek in, you see that. You going in or no?
I would say, yeah, I'd say I'd go in.
Okay.
I'm not going in to drink, but I'm going in to hear what there is to be heard.
Cool.
Just kind of listening in to see what people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe finding a nice quiet corner that has a good view of the door and just everyone at large. Yeah, just gonna take in what maybe a normal person might miss.
Cool. Roll me a perception and an investigation, if you don't mind.
Sure, absolutely. Here comes the perception. Perception.
19.
Not bad.
Nice.
That's a 19. And then the investigation, a 6. So, interesting. Combo.
So you're observing a lot, but a lot of things, but not a lot of specific things. So you're getting snippets here and there. With that, though, you would grab a couple little rumor pieces as people were chatting it up. We go to rumors. Let's see. So one thing you'd hear. A couple people just stopped by, they're chatting. Long time no see. A few of the kids gone missing past couple weeks. I heard they're fishing out. Found some good luck somewhere along the west shore. And they just kept going.
Interesting.
You'll hear one person come in. Arnon's out there begging for gold or something. Says he's leaving. Sad lot. It's the way it goes. And they just kind of go on with their day. And 19's high enough to catch this too. Do you hear Snapeborn's planning something big? Some of the larger cans have been called for the next Viking. I'm curious what they're up to. I don't know why I'm doing an Irishish accent, but yeah.
Okay.
It's a diverse crowd.
Long way from home.
Next person. Hey, yeah.
Hey.
Pizza.
Those are the snippets you grab with that. Not too much detail, but those are the rumors of interest. You got all that? Or need me to
I did.
anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, got it all. Did you say snake worm? Was that the name?
Snaeborn. Oh yeah. I should
Snaeborn.
probably say who Snaeborn is. You all know who Snaeborn is. Snaeborn Sigvason. He is the big honcho Viking dude at the main settlement at Skapta. the most famous living Viking at the moment. Also the one who has the main credit for wiping the region out of white dragons.
Wow.
So you hear his name, you know, it could be just hearsay, but anything about him is news, basically. It's adding to the legend. And with that perception going on, you hear over, kind of over by Yilmi and Theoden, there's a couple folks who just sat down at kind of in the corner. They both grabbed a few mugs of ale or mead, and they're playing a game that you have seen much of, especially given your background. It's essentially they take a drink and then they spit a verse. Then the other guy takes a drink, then he spits a verse, and they keep going. And the contest is measured on who can spit the best verses, even while they're completely shit-faced. So that
Nice.
game is going on in the corner. You'd catch that. Not what they're saying, but you know what that is.
Fitting.
Anything else before I pan back to Asa and Riv?
Did I see Riv walk out the door? Did we pass each other, or did I come in after he had already left?
From where they're at, so close, you could probably hear Riv joining in with Isa in the crying pile. Honestly,
Crying
it would,
pile.
it would not be that hard to discern. And you already knew it's there, so you're probably like, I'm specifically avoiding what I know is there. Oh, there's another cry of Riv in that. Great. I'll let
God,
that roll
funny.
with
in.
feelings.
Roll that in with the 19.
I'm probably gonna work my way over towards Theoden just to check in on him. Haven't seen him too much since he got whisked away, and kind of have a good beat on Riv. Can't find Nor. I'm cutting my losses,
Yep.
but definitely keeping all these little tidbits in the back of my head here, holding on to the idea that they're playing on that game there. But right now, I'm just listening.
Cool. So yeah, Theoden, Balthazar, rolling up on you. The room's getting pretty spinny. You don't need to puke, but you probably want to puke right now. You said you're sipping on water, is what you described?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, Balthazar, what are you doing to Theoden here, real quick?
Just gonna lean in on the side and kind of put my arm around him and say, "Oh, I think we should probably get you laying down somewhere. Not looking so good there, buddy."
Theoden is very pale.
Yeah. I'm not feeling too good.
Eldritch Blast. Just kidding.
Oh no.
Just kidding.
Mr. Balthasar, I'm not feeling too good.
These wounds, they hurt. They sting.
Oh man, yeah, you're not looking too good there, buddy. Why don't we get you somewhere? Why don't we get you somewhere safe? Where would safe be in this town? Oh, good GM.
Define safe is my first question to you. That
I
is a
mean,
very
I've
relative
probably got
term.
some back rooms in the mead hall.
Yeah, I mean, you could
That-
go in.
that-
You could break into Asa's private chamber. It's not like she has like locked doors. You could just walk back there.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right,
Uh-oh.
into
Be
Asa's
careful with-
bedroom.
Just gonna kind of do one of those. You know how like when your hands are full and you kind of have to like do that side leg kick into the door to like get in there without dropping all your groceries. Well, Theoden is my groceries right now, and I'm just like, yeah, and just kind of chuck him on the bed with a big flop, and just making sure that I didn't knock his head off of the banister or anything. You know,
Just knock me out instantly.
40% haphazardly, a low 40%.
Every chance, just a head whack. Door
Yep.
frame, bed frame, wall.
Oh no.
Oh,
So Theoden, it sounds like you probably go along with it, or Or what?
Yep.
Are you trying to resist? Like, no, I'm fine.
Nope, he's fully aware that he is not okay and needs to lay down.
All right. So you just plopped a puked prone Theoden into Ace's bed. Nice. Do you do anything else to set him up?
Or like,
Or no?
I'm probably gonna roll him on his side. Is there any buckets in the area, like in this room?
I mean, there's
Which we
probably
have buckets.
whatever Asa uses, to
Anything look expensive? Okay,
Asa,
yeah.
Do you have any? Would you have kept some nice silver or adornments or things in your room, or are you kind of a sparse decor person for your room?
Sparse on decor. I've got, of course, a bunch of nice furs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of no, I wouldn't keep very many.
No
treasures
ornate
in that regard.
bowls or goblets or anything like that. No jewel encrusted latrine buckets. Okay.
Not buckets so much as I'd have a nice carved ivory knucklehead made insignia of my patron, but nothing to hold things in.
So basically,
I have
you
a
have
bedpan.
you have nice furs and you've got a latrine bucket. Those are the two things.
I'm just gonna kind of, without touching it, with my foot, slide the latrine bucket over to the side of the bed. I've got him propped up with a pillow or some straw or whatever's in this material, so he doesn't, puke upwards and drown in his own vomit tonight.
That's a sign of a good friend.
You know what?
Yeah.
Gotta make sure a heavy hitter survives. And I think taking a step back, feeling fairly satisfied with my work here, and almost giving a little snicker to the disarray I'm leaving Ace's room in. I'm gonna probably take my leave and walk out of the.
As you take the step back from him, you just hear, just into the bucket.
Are we sure it's into the bucket, just not near the bucket?
Find out
Flash
later.
of doubt.
We will find out later.
We'll find out in the morning.
I love it.
So, Theoden's in the back. Puking guts. Balthazar, you leave that wreck where it is, and the crying. Back to Riv and Asa. The crying wood elf finally stops, and Riv, what do you do with the berries and mead that you caught? Do you keep holding them during the cry, or are you trying to get him to consume them to give them to the kids?
Yeah, he gives the meat and the fruit to the kids.
Perfect. They scarf the berries, and while no one's looking, they try and start drinking that mead. Beautiful.
Damn it, Riv. Just because they're the same height as you doesn't mean that.
And he's also asking,
what's wrong? Are you gonna be okay?
And you're asking this of the kids or of the crying man?
of the kid.
Okay. Kids. We're hungry. Miss Mommy.
And Riv digs around in his bags.
Oh yeah, here. And
Out of nowhere, Riv pulls a couple of croissants, or croissant-like things, and gives them to the kids. And they're even nice
bread.
and warm and buttery and.
So some of that buttery goodiness that you had gotten from one of the cows, and baked into some bread-like stuff. The kids, all of their eyes just bug out of their head, and they're drooling almost immediately. The fruit's gone, the ale's gone, and they're just they're not moving. They don't know what to do. Like, do we stand here like statues to get it? What do we do? Do we sit?
He just hands it to them.
They take them, look at you warily, like, is this a trick? And start shoving it in their mouths.
let me teach you. This is how you eat.
And Riv will sit down and he'll pick out something for himself, and he'll basically be trying to show them how to eat.
Nice. So you have a little picnic with the kids. Issa.
Hmm.
Where's his name? Arnon.
Arnon, I'm sorry for your loss.
He rubs his arm across his eyes a bunch and...
Yeah.
Do you understand why we need to leave? We're not cut out for this land.
Where do you intend to go?
Just east. See if there's some easier living that way. Maybe if we survive the journey, try and rejoin our kin.
I could never deny you that, my friend. But know that you would have a place here, amongst our village, Bilgaldi. Living so far on the outskirts, it is, well, it is your way, but it needn't be. We are a community here. Why did you wait so long?
You could see his jaw clench. Just tried to provide for my family. I failed. Didn't want help. And he's just looking you in the eyes, hoping you understand.
I'm giving him some nods. Your children are still here. You've brought us something very valuable. A health potion, as you say. I run a shrine with many medicinal herbs, but something, especially sold by a respectable wood elf such as yourself, would be invaluable for tending the wounds of some of our more serious injuries.
I heard that people got hurt. I was hoping someone would buy it. No one wants it. They don't think I'm worth their gold.
Gonna look him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You were trying to provide for your family.
And downtrodden instantly. Just
yeah, and that brought you, back to us. Do you think? No. How you are now, I doubt you could make the journey east. Not with 2 children in that state. I ask that you stay here. You're all capable. You have survived years out in the wilderness. You have skills that will be valuable to us here. I ask you stay, regain your strength.
He's shaking his head. I'm not going to be a beggar.
Who said anything about begging? You would work for what you would earn. We provide to those that are useful, and you have many skills that we can utilize here. It would get you and your family back on your feet. You would contribute meaningfully towards, well, it is trading season, and we could use the extra hands. You would make enough to then be able to go about on the road, if you so choose, at that time.
He's not able to look you in the eye right now. And you can tell he's thinking.
I do not blame you for wanting to put as much distance between these heartlands as you're seeking. But you have more than just yourself to think about. Much like our community here, we look out for one another. and I'm sure you'll do what you can. I put an arm on his shoulder. I'm gonna try and guide him to the probably towards the back end of the meat hall where my room would be. Like, you could bring them. I'll get you a meal. You'll have some space to think. I owe you that much for watching the borders, the fringe lands.
So
You've done us a service.
You put your arm around him and you try to walk him in, and
Mhm.
he goes with you a step, and then he plants himself as firm as he can.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll pause.
it sounds like you really want to help my kids. Everyone's nodding and shaking. No, Ludria, do it, Ludria. No, Ludria, do it, Ludria.
Gonna look at him stern. I look out for our community here. Each and every one of you. That includes your family no less than any other man, woman, or child here. As the Jarl of Belgaldi, I can offer you that much. It is my place to do so. Though, it is in your hands to accept my hospitality, or to not. I cannot make that decision for you.
Can I make a request, Asa?
I'm just gonna fucking, like, hard stare. Like, boy, you're testing.
He knows he's testing. He holds out the potion. The what looks like a potion, at least.
Yeah,
Do you take this as payment and care for them? And he's looking at you as stern as he can.
Yeah. And what of you?
And shakily breathes. I have nothing to offer them here. You can tell he has a lot. Like, you don't even have to roll an insight. There's a lot he's just not saying right now, but
I'm gonna hold his stare for a moment,
mhm.
and then take a moment here. How brutal do I want to be with this guy?
You want to be super brutal. You
I
just
do.
It's your town, man.
He's trying to just like lay his children like down and be like, yeah, take them. I'm no use anymore.
Definitely the vibe.
Gonna look at him stern. Did you make that healing potion yourself?
No.
Where did you get it?
It's a dowry. And you see him choking up again. What's happening? Ludria is crafting something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we could hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. My mic cut out on mine. Yeah, pros and
you-
cons of having a Corgi. She just took off with my headphone jack.
Nice. Did you hear what I said?
No.
The potion was not something he made. It was a dowry
Ah,
for his late wife who died last winter of starvation due to his
Yeah.
failure and pride.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna look him just stern in the face.
Yeah, well, he's crying now again. Not sobbing, but crying.
Yeah. Due to your own actions, you allowed your family to suffer. And now you plan to leave your children because of your own ineptitude and inadequacies. Has your pride not caused your family enough suffering already? I offer you the ability to help, to give. These lands are harsh, as you say. You do not give what others cannot rightfully take. I'm offering you work here to provide for your family, and you seek to run. I offer you a place here, as I did years ago, you and your wife. I respected you. You wanted to make your way in these harsh lands, and for that I do value you. It was valiant. But you have failed, and now you're here with your starving children, and you have a choice. Do you abandon them and go die in the woods, a failure? Or do you make up for your past mistake?
He's sniffling, trying to hold back his little tears, being all pathetic.
Show your children that they do have a place here. I doubt you have much strength to make it very far anyways. Rest the night here. We have a room for you. Think it over.
I'd hope to get guidance from Calzano.
And my face is like, fuck.
Okay.
I'm
Let's
gonna go
sleep on it.
put a stern hand on his shoulder.
And he kind of
Go get a room.
he kind of
Like, I know
shrugs,
what you're
he
asking.
kind of shrugs him off, shrugs you off
Uh-huh.
a little bit, not like rudely, but just
Yeah.
not
like-
wanting to be touched anymore. I'll go pray at the shrine.
Mhm.
See if the gods will talk to me.
Can I yell something from the from the door of the tavern?
Yeah, I mean you've been sitting here
I'm
just
not-
watching this shit.
Real quick, if
Yeah.
he says he's gonna pray the gods, the Ashen Rider watches all within my town. And while you're at the shrine praying, they will be providing food for your children.
Thank you.
Claire.
And he gives a kind of a bow. And Balthazar, you're heckling what?
yeah, Balthazar, what are you doing?
We're not taking care of your fucking crotch goblins. Man up.
Zach verbatim.
I'm gonna, yeah,
Fucking verbatim.
I'm just gonna look back towards the door and just give like a nod of approval, like, fucking thank you. Like, I can always trust you. Like, I just give you this look of like, I'm so glad I have someone that can say the things that
You're not supposed to.
I'm not supposed to.
Balthazar, he just says what we all think.
I'm just behind my back, like.
Yep. So he kind of winces at that. Roll vicious mockery. He dies. No.
Oops.
Dies in the fucking street.
Eldritch Blast.
He's not a werewolf. He's a weregoat, if anything.
So he nods at you. I will ask guidance from the Ashen Rider, as well as the other gods. And you have food for them.
Turns back to Riv feeding them food.
Yep.
Like, literally feeding them food.
Oh yeah.
And it turns around like, you're still here?
And
That's
he
the look I give him.
he like flinches, and I'm gonna grab a token for him just so we can keep track of this. He's become a predominant NPC now.
Part of me is
Whoa.
like, you know, our festival in which we will be taking a sacrifice.
Hey,
If you really want
you
to.
want to serve a purpose, buddy?
You ever hear
But,
the word atonement?
Yeah, but I honestly don't think he'd want to fucking bitch ass like.
So, yeah, head down. He makes his way through the crowd and is heading towards the shrine.
Riv is gonna holler after him.
What are you
Don't forget
selling?
your kids.
That's a question, Asa. Did you take the potion he offered?
Nah, I'm like, So what the fuck what is that? That's a dowry gift? Yeah, no, so...
I'll buy that shit off of him.
I was gonna do the same.
Fuck.
I'm gonna
Riv-
say at this
Get Riv
point,
called after. Ah, hold on.
this point he's gone for now, but he's
All
going.
right.
He's going to the shrine to pray.
Riv pops out of the
Hey.
rafters. Nor pops out of the floorboards.
Well, actually,
I have
Oh,
a question.
no.
Balthazar has a
Oh
question.
no.
After Nor.
so
Yeah.
To
Nor has been waiting for someone alone. Someone who looks maybe weak or desperate.
Oh. Perfect.
Nor has been waiting maybe for someone a little bit more drunk. But this guy will do.
Oh, good. Another signpost.
Hey, we need more of those. Apparently, he got lost on his way back to town. It took him a year.
So Nor approaches.
Yes.
We only see a silhouette of Nor right now. They're not fuzzy and horrible. They're very much a human shape.
Do you want me to grab what she looks like? It's up to you.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Let's just keep this in shadows.
A human-shaped silhouette, darkened
Okay,
by
no, thanks.
the dusk that has now approached, and in the twilight hours, it's very hard to make out distinct features. And you're far enough away from the commotion that the lights are not really lighting you guys up. But yes, continue.
So slowly approaching, like not rapidly running or anything, like some kind of goblin.
You hear that?
I kind of take insult to that.
You actually picked like a shadowy spot that wouldn't be lit. I like it. Okay.
And just greets. Would Nor know who this is? Because, foraging out there and all that.
Just roll a history to see its happenstance to if you even cared enough to remember this guy.
Did you eat his wife?
My wife starved to
Oh,
death in her
no.
own pile of blood in the forest.
Well,
All right, let me set up
What
a.
a legend!
Oh no.
You have not met this man.
And-
You've only been here a couple of years, and he hasn't really come to town for a couple of years. You might have seen them out in the woods from a distance, but not talked to him or anything.
so, comes up, does the usual greeting sign of I'm not a horrible person, bow or nod head or wave.
Yeah, probably the nod,
And-
I would imagine, would be the norm in the village. Like, yeah, we're not I'm not going to kill you. But I'm not going to kill you, nod. Okay, cool.
And this guy's visibly like a person who has like a hard time telling what people's emotions are, but like would even know he's like distressed right now.
Like, he's been crying so much you could smell the salt of his tears. Like, that's... He's
Nice.
downtrodden. He has this defeated, feet-dragging posture. He's
think
clutching
that-
something to his chest. Yeah.
Greetings, stranger.
And just barely... He wasn't going too fast to begin with, but he slows a bit more and just kind of turns. Still sniffling. His eyes kind of bleary from crying.
What distresses you?
And he holds his little potion thing out. Would you buy this from me?
Oh. Yes.
Really?
But I will have to get my money.
Okay. He's so happy. I could wait at the shrine. That's where I'm heading.
Oh. You look hungry too. I can feed you and give you the gold.
You live here in the village?
I live near the village.
You see him glance back towards the hall where everyone's partying. You can't tell what he's looking that way for, but he's thinking for a moment. Then he looks the other way, down towards the shrine.
It isn't begging from a fellow forager.
Kind of perks him up a bit.
No one has to know about this. You get the gold. I'll take your trinket, and perhaps you can pay me back for it. Then it's not begging. It's just on loan.
He's having a difficulty processing that, but he's trying. It's been a weird night for him.
The Nordic pawn shop.
North side hustle.
Yep.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
you're desperate and have an item? Well, I'll give you gold, I'll keep the item, and then you pay me back for the item slowly. At a premium. No, that's not what's happening. But
He looks back from the shrine to you and nods.
come with me, and I will give you food. I will give you drink, and I will pay.
And without saying anything, he just looks a little relieved and is slightly nodding, like, okay.
Gotta lead him into the woods.
Yep, just go ahead and
Slowly-
move yourself, and I'll follow you there.
Mm-hmm. Slowly, falling back, so he gets, a little bit ahead.
So,
And,
move yourself to where you're going on the map.
Deeper into the forest. Nothing ominous.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna have to go slower than that. I'm gonna do it. So you go this way. He's trying to.
Mhm.
I'm gonna zoom out. Doop, 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 doop. So Nora's leading him up into the forest, and then I think you were going this way,
Yeah, just
and then
in a general direction.
are you like doing any conversation on this little trip, or
If he strikes up conversation, she will talk.
he'll ask a couple of questions. How long have you been out in the woods here, surviving?
2 years, maybe longer. It's hard to tell. Time is weird.
Yeah. And it goes a bit more quietly, stepping through. Are you sure it's fine that I eat some of your food? I mean,
Oh,
scratches his head like,
Merkdom is happy to provide.
okay. And he just keeps going now. His little reluctance is gone, and he walks at the pace that you set, like a
Cool.
dog herding something at this point.
Yeah, Nora will let him get a little ahead,
Mm-hmm.
and then wild shape into a boar.
Yes.
Go ahead and do that.
And they're gonna leave, about 20 feet straight between themselves and I can't remember his name at the moment, but
You didn't ask his name.
nope. between themselves
Taking
and the
that name to the
stranger.
grave.
And by the way, I did add all of your beast shapes and familiars.
Oh yeah,
I'll drag the boar over for you.
yeah. I'm having a hard time.
Aw, look at that cutie boar.
And I'm gonna show what your pretty boarness looks like. Real nice looking, friendly neighborhood boar. Not
Yes,
nice.
nice.
So it's a
This-
Norbor.
Yeah.
Yep. Named Alice.
I like
Okay.
it.
Nor a boar. Alice.
Ah.
Nor
Stupid
Alice.
joke.
Whoa. So yeah, there he is, 20 feet ahead, walking. I'm gonna roll them a couple things. Nah. Yeah. He's just kind of walking.
This guy gets a few lucky rolls, ends up taking out Nor.
That'd be hella funny.
I'm a wood elf. I got bow proficiency, just longbow. It's
Yeah. So, boars have a fun little thing called charge.
Yep.
Um, So they're gonna run up and start goring this guy.
Is that a
with
sneak
their
attack?
tusks.
Yeah, definitely a sneak attack right now.
snap
Yep.
of backbones.
So it looks like I run up and then do the attack with advantage since it's sneak attack.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah, 20, a
Yeah.
20 tusk attack with the charge definitely hits this guy.
Cool. They need to do a DC 11 saving throw, or they're knocked prone.
Yeah. Okay.
Should I roll to see if they're alive still?
They fail to save.
Okay. Nor does 7 slashing.
Don't forget your extra, or did you already add the extra 1d6 to that from the charge?
Oh no, I did not. Thank you for reminding me. So
Yeah. Okay,
So
11 damage. So how do you attack him exactly? What's your
So-
charge technique here?
So, Nor just waits until they're a little bit further out, confident, and they're gonna get a meal or whatever. This is a well-practiced technique, and first it's kind of like at a slow
Slow
jog,
trot.
and then at like the last 10 feet, it's just a full bash with a flailing head, so the tusks can rip through. Basically legs, knee ligaments, ankles. Yeah.
Okay, so you're just rending him at the
Mhm.
midsection, is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. You obviously kill him. He's dead. But while he's dying, there's definitely some screams of agony because you killed him from the back with your tusks and teeth, rending him. So, shrieking out of the woods with the little bit of energy this guy had left, just as you're goring him on the ground, just splattering his body all over the place. So yeah, he's gone into shock and is bleeding out and falling apart now.
He's done his flesh.
Yeah, that is the next step. Feast on his flesh.
No. Hey, he did serve a purpose for our community.
So
Hey.
yeah, the
Mm.
Norbor
Air high five.
gets their dinner. Roll me a. I'm trying to think what to roll to see how quickly. Are you like savoring this meal, or are you just gobbling him up real quick? How does Nor
This is-
usually kill? On
This
its
is food for function, so no savoring.
way? Just.
it's- Yep. And if they hear anything get too close or like twigs cracking, depending how close people are, either it's run away as the boar or drag them away as a person.
Okay. I'm gonna roll the performance to see how loud this mofo was. Not that loud. And shortly I'm gonna have another break / opportunity to pause on some cliffhangers if you want to, but I'm also set to keep going if anyone else wants. I know we're all getting tired though.
Yeah.
So yeah, he shrieks out in the woods. You gobble up his innards. Are you trying to eat his whole damn body? Or are you just eating what's there and then leaving the rest? What do you make this look like? Like, do you bury it later? Like, what are you doing here?
And just enough to satisfy the hunger that's inside Norm. So probably start off with like some easy to get to meats, working their way to internal organs. If they can get to it, the heart.
Yeah. So you just eat till you feel good, and then then what? So say you've gobbled this guy a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You feel satiated. The pangs are gone. What's your next move?
Leave the body there and just kind of wander off, feeling good and being guided by whatever force they're being guided by.
And what was your passive?
Their passive is still 12.
Okay, it was 12. Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Let me check one thing here.
Crotchety goat saw everything.
Goats have done seen it.
Hey, Devil Goat probably just wanted to do the same thing, just wasn't smart enough.
Devil goat's like, damn it.
Yep.
That's one fine boar.
I dig it. You write one thing down. And then where do you head after? So do you transform back? Do you pat her off as a boar? Where are you going now?
Pat her off as a boar for a while, kind of like doubling over Animal Pass and such, and then eventually go to the camp.
Okay.
That Nor has set up for this time of the year.
And how far away would you set this camp for your summer camp from the main settlement where people give you goodies and treat you nice, usually?
Probably at least a mile, if not a little bit longer, because it's summer and it's warmer and, don't have to trudge through snow or anything.
Okay. It's a mile out.
Yeah. Winter, it's probably closer, if not on the edge of town.
Cool. So yep, you're heading that direction. I'll just say it's north of town for ease sake. So right now, I would like to call another break because I need to use the restroom. And then, how long of a break would you guys like before we reconvene? 10 minutes?
10 minutes is fine, if that gives you enough time.
Yeah. 10 minutes is fine by me. Anyone else need longer?
10
No,
works for me.
I think that's good.
I am getting ready to fall asleep, but yes.
Cool. So let's
Same.
do
I'm
a 10 minute,
Feeling it.
and then we'll come back and wrap up. Sound good? I
Sounds
would wrap
good.
up now, but I gotta go.
Go.
All right.
Riv is such a softie.
I like Riv. Riv's cool.
I'm glad.
Now that Noir fellow, I don't know about them.
Wahahaha.
Woo!
That was exciting.
That was
very
not what I
exciting.
was expecting at all.
I was, and I enjoyed it.
So, Two Hands, do you have like all the GM secrets?
No, I don't. No, I have none yet. So that was really awesome. But I was like, oh yeah, get him. Just eat this guy. It just felt right. I'm like, gosh.
Just because, like, one way or another, Nora was gonna pick out either some really drunk dude or, you know, it's just like, oh, yeah, this is conveniently across their path. And
It
the
was
only way,
almost fate that it was this asshole.
especially since the GM was like, oh, they're significant now.
Yeah.
Mm,
Gotta get
significantly
my token
tasty.
now.
Gets a token and dies.
Gets a broken. I think it's a really good way to end the session.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great place.
Like, we've been having a crazy, crazy time. We bring, great food to the town. We throw a huge party. Everybody's eating a lot, and Ludria's taking care of the refugee kids. And, we're having a moment, and I'm being an asshole. And the guy that we shunned just fucking gets eaten in the wilderness.
Just Nora over here like murder.
Yeah, just gets him. Oh, it's so perfect.
Yeah, it's just a good
Sober.
way. It's just very sobering. It's like, oh yeah, this game's supposed to be dark.
Yeah.
Right.
We brought it. We brought it right back where it needed to be.
You know, feeding a hunger that needs to be stopped by, flesh. It's all good.
It's good. Yeah, it's like remember Fallout, where you could take the cannibal perk,
Oh yeah.
but no one could see you eating them,
Or they'd freak out.
and they'd just turn hostile immediately.
Then in 3 there was the whole like sect of like vampires, quote unquote.
I love
you
that
get their
adventure.
3 was really fun.
Oh yeah,
I like that era
I love-
of Bethesda games: Morrowind, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas.
New Vegas is hands down my favorite Fallout game.
Yes, goody.
what's funny is when I think back to that era of games, I remember all the fun gameplay, but visually, I only remember one thing, and that's the color of mottled gray.
Yeah.
Was every game just mottled gray? Was that a DirectX 11 thing? DirectX 9?
It's just the thousands. That's
Yeah.
all it was.
Isn't it
I-
sad?
like, you should look back on the movies, like the original Matrix, and that's kind of where they kicked out. And they're like, yeah, let's just make everything, yellow tinged or blue or green. Or play the first Gears of War again.
Oh,
Oh,
it's an ugly game.
it's an ugly, ugly game.
Is everybody back?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, you guys ready to resume? We'll wrap this up for the night.
Resin. I think we're ready to wrap.
Alrighty.
You
So Nor, you're stomping. We left off. You're trotting off. Like, I'm gonna head home. Had my snack. Got my hangries are gone now.
Yep, all the hangry's gone.
Hangries are gone. And back where you left that body, you hear some loud crunching and munching.
Oh,
As you
Nature
about
goes on.
Here. Gonna leave it at that. It's fine if you do.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's kind of what animals do.
Okay.
Nor figures it's the cycle of life. You know, first the predators kill and eat, and then the scavengers come up from behind.
Yep. So you keep going. And let's pan over to y'all. So Riv, you're having the kiddo picnic, and they are loving it. They've probably eaten more tonight than they have in a very long time.
Are they gonna start throwing up?
And they die.
They're not that dead yet. Theoden, real quick, roll me con with disadvantage.
All right.
And Theoden dies in his sleep.
Chokes does own vomit.
Oh, hey.
Wow.
It's a
That's
a
solid
solid-
15 out of 15.
15 out of 15.
Hey, I rolled him over so that he wouldn't choke.
Yep. So you don't die. Trying to think what role for puke gaming would be. Is that just survival? Like, what is that?
I mean, it could be athletics because you're trying not to puke, and you're, you know.
Or we
We're
could
saying
do.
he's puking, but he's trying to get it in the bucket.
Hey, it's a
Oh,
wisdom
very
saving
decent
throw.
for ranged
Or
attack.
a dex. It would be. I'd say it's some kind of range attack.
Okay. Dexterity. Go for it.
Dexterity. All
But
right.
improvised, so yeah.
Oh.
That is perfect. The nat one.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Sorry, boss lady.
your first
Fucked up your
spray
bed.
is just half on the bed, half on the floor. Didn't even touch the bucket. And you feel it coming again. Roll me another dex. And
Oh, God.
this time, roll it normally.
Normally.
Mm-hmm. That is amazing.
Another nat one.
So here's what actually happened. Theoden, you're like really drunk, but you could have swore that like the bucket moved to where you puked last time, and then you aimed where the bucket was going, and it went. You aimed where the bucket was just now, and you swore you had it, and this time you missed again, and you just hear like, and then the bucket
Two
just
hands.
gets knocked over, and
I'm having flashbacks of a certain night with a buddy of ours.
Just so y'all know, Yomi was trying to help, and it backfired really hard.
Oh,
Oh.
no!
She flew invisibly in there to help you with your night, and you missed, and they're like, "Oh God!" Moved the bucket, and then you puked where it was, and then they gave up. So
Did she get fairy fired?
probably what just happened.
Oh.
All right. Asa, Riv, Balthazar, any quick things you want to do specifically tonight before we resume next session? No on Asa. Balthazar, anything you want to get done tonight at all?
No, nothing. I'm not good.
Cool. So let's. wrap.
The only thing, Riv will make sure that the kids have a place to stay.
Okay. I mean, you could probably just take him back to your place or something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably what he's doing.
He's gonna be like, I have all kinds of cookies, Hansel and Gretel, come back to my house.
No,
No one will eat you ever.
But he's a sweet Hansel and Gretel witch thing, dragon. It's good. So here are the last couple things that happen to wrap the night up. There's the party here. It's kind of spreading out to different areas, different activities. There's like tug of war going on down here. You've got people running races drunk through the square, like seeing who can get to the other end faster. Just the stupid drunk party stuff that these new villagers are trying to have a good time. The rap game inside of here, you can hear Balthazar. It's picking up now. It's turning into a multi-person, not just those two. It's getting pretty spicy in there.
I like
a little
it.
personal sometimes, you can hear. And running this way, kind of coming from where the fish were being processed, there's some loud shouting, and throwing of rocks, just like hitting buildings and stuff. Where these, there's a couple of the people who were carving the fish up. They got their aprons on still. They're like hurling sticks and rocks, hitting houses, like bashing into doors on accident. Anybody care to look to see what they're doing? You can hear that. Anyone out here?
I would.
Okay, Balthazar, you're taking a peek. See, roll perception.
I'm old enough to be like, man, what the hell is all that racket?
Yeah, Riv would check it out as well.
Okay,
Darn
Riv, you can percept
kids.
these. Asa, do you care about the people hurling rocks and sticks? You have no sound right now, Asa.
I roll a 17 to perceive the darkness.
Asa rolls a 0.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's impressive. Takes skill.
Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that. But yeah, Balthazar 17, Riv
Okay.
19, plenty high enough to see what's actually
Take
happening.
2. There we
I can
go.
hear you. There is a half black, half brown goat covered in blood running into the square now, and it
Holy
appears
shit.
that these folk down here are trying to hit it with rocks and sticks, and they're just shouting, "He stole my fish! Oh, God, gotta kill that goat! Whose goat is this?"
He stole what?
He stole his fish.
Asa's just hand to temple.
You don't notice it. You're a 0. We'll get to you. Balthazar and Riv, you pick up on this. And yeah, I mean, as frequent visitors to the stables, that is not a goat you've seen before. That is a strange goat. Where did it come from? Who knows?
Covered in blood.
It's covered in blood.
How odd.
And it's just like burning out its little hooves, skipping around, dodging people, running through all the games across the square now.
What a badass.
Dashing through these bushes, again, kind of towards the stable area. And like a few of the rocks and sticks hit some patron people who were partying. They're just like hell-bent on this damn goat. So that's happening there. Asa, do you have an idea for your natural 1 perception off the top of your head? If not, I'll come up with something.
I think it'll be fun to start the next session with that.
No, I want to set it down before I forget.
Okay.
So, what kind of fun would you give Asa for the 0?
Oh. Me and Yomi have a telepathic link.
Yeah. So screaming in your head.
Yeah.
A lot of obscenities, and you pretty sure you can sense that she's puking now.
I'm gonna go check on you. I'm like probably wheeling on my heels. I'm like, alright, Riv's got the kiddos. Like, I need to go figure out what the fuck is going on in there.
So you just like brush past Balthazar heading into the hole.
Yeah, I'm just like, god damn it.
That's what you're up to. So that happens, and the last thing, Nor. There's a break in the munching and crunching, and there's this very deep scream from that area, and the scream is, "Borsum! Borsum!"
Can you say that normally, please?
It sounds like this, phonetically.
Borsum.
Boresome.
And it's reverberating through the woods from that area. Sounds humanoidy.
Sounds like Nor's
Nice.
being called out for a moment.
And let's call it there.
Can I yell something to Riv before we fade to black?
Sure.
So, like, as I kind of lift up one of the nets that are belted on my book back, I say, "Hey, Riv, you want to catch a goat?"
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's call the session there. Let me go to an easier little backdrop here. Oh my gosh. Go to our vibe drop. So, thank you everybody This was a very fun Zero session for me to run. Thank you anybody who was watching our Zero session of Season 5 of Band of the Ancients. Let's do another quick round of who we are, and if you have any quick little plugs you want to say, now's a chance. Hi, I'm Gats. I was the GM for Band of the Ancients tonight. And do you want to say goodnight first, Eludria?
Sure thing. I, as previously mentioned, go by Eludria. I was playing Asa tonight. Lovely to have you join us. Hope to see you next week.
Over to you, Riv.
Good night, Riv.
Joe?
I'm Joe. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.
Paul, sir?
Oh no, I'm gonna be like the only one plugging stuff.
You can plug away.
Oh yeah, I'm Paul. Well, not currently, but I have been the GM for Tales of Swordfall and Gates of Orchid and Iris. Both those are RPG podcasts that you can find through Anchor.fm. Tales of Swordfall, Anchor.fm/SwordfallDND, and
It's on Spotify,
Gates.
too.
Yeah, it's on Spotify and whatever iTunes turned into, and Google Podcasts and all that other stuff. So is Gates of Orchid and Iris, which it's an L5R Legend of Five Rings Let's Play, actual play, whatever we're calling it right now. And you can find that one Anchor.fm/GOIL5R. And yeah, social media is basically the same. Swordfall D&D on Twitter, GOIL5R on Twitter. Yeah. Don't follow me.
I'll be sure to put this kind of stuff in the details for the video later too, so in case anybody is interested and anybody else has any plugs they want to do. Any other plugs?
That's basically all my side hustles there at the moment.
Cool. Two Hands.
Hey everybody, I'm Two Hands. I'm here to keep the party on their toes. I meant give the party direction from time to time. And again, my character was the illustrious Balthazar.
Cool. So, question to all of you. Do you all feel up to doing the 3 H's tonight? And if so, do you want to do that on or off stream?
I think we should do it. I think it's something we should make the time for after every game.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first couple should be just us.
There.
I agree.
So we can
Good
get
idea.
used to it.
Exactly, and then the
It's-
next couple of times it can just sound more professional and
It's
Like-
bumpy at first.
we know what we're doing.
Another option we could do, if we wanted to, is record it for ourselves, but not stream it, if you want.
I like that.
Yeah, we could.
Okay.
Eludria, Two Hands, everybody cool with that?
Fine on
I'm good.
mine.
Cool. All
I'm
right.
good.
Well, good night, everybody. I'm going to end the stream now. Bye-bye. Thank you. And